you once again to ye mateys! I be your adequate and hunky-dory DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more excitement than realizing I have enough fingers and toes to count the sleeps till Christmas to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and me Humblewood world for more of Monsters and Magic. With me, I have me hearty crew, the decent Dan Swelto, the sufficient Daria surname redacted, the copacetic Karen Schlink, and the tolerable Brendan Ellis, as well as our special guest for this evening, the A-OK Octopus, who is playing a secret mystery character. So,
motherfucker just called me sufficient.
Yeah.
I am leaving the cast.
all of these words, all of them, are synonyms for okay.
That's horrible. Yes. That's the most toxic one you did so far.
Yeah, absolutely. What was I like? Competent?
Yep.
Yeah.
Competent is much better than sufficient.
Tolerable.
Tolerable.
Yeah.
Tolerable. Okay, that's a stretch for Brendan, but alright.
I quite like copacetic for Karen. Had to look that one up, but yeah, it
it's
does
exotic.
mean the same thing. Yeah, it's fancy. Yeah, Dan's decent. He lucked out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these captivating people, shall we? Daria, who the absolute heck are you?
My name is Daria. Apparently, I'm sufficient. I'm also an artist who does an okay job at making all the characters that Josh and Peeps play come to life. Okay, but actually, I do arts, and I also play here and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel on Mondays. That's where you can find me.
Brendan, who the heck are you?
Oh, I'm second. That usually never happens. Hello, I'm Brendan, and I am tolerable. Some would say barely. My characters that I play are also tolerable.
This is again true. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm Karen. I'm a writer and performer, and a completely copacetic human being. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, links in chat, or you can listen to my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast. There be dragons.
And Dan, happy birthday.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Dan.
Happy birthday.
Dear in the cyberspace. I am an amorphous being of liminal space, because where does decency end and indecency begin?
True. Deep thoughts for this early in the stream. It was, in fact, actually Dan's birthday as well, so that was a legitimate happy birthday.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, whatever.
It always is, but that one was actually. And Madame and Monsieur, Dame Underherren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D with me lovely Lady Rife, the mother of bunnies. But you know that because you're here. You've done it. You've come. You've arrived. Thank you so much. Keep doing it. We are playing Humblewood tonight, but for the rest of the week and the next week and the week after that, we will be playing Candlekeep Mysteries with a little bit more sprinkling of Humblewood in between. Tomorrow night, we will be having the Lawrite, Ardana herself, come to run a 3-shot, the next adventure in the Candlekeep Mysteries, and that's going to be super fun and groovy. Yeah. The Josh Who Cried Pirate. Exactly. Love the sprinkling. And if you don't like my face, but you like my voice, you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar und his little dragon, Crush. And I am a little bit upset that you don't like my face, but that's okay. Guys, Karen, can you tell me about Ukraine?
I can, Josh. There's been a war where Ukraine, it's very like Ukraine, but it's inhabited entirely by clones of RuPaul. The actual Ukraine has been in a war this year, which has been bad and very difficult. And if you would like to help alleviate that difficulty in some small way, there are 2 links in fact for various charitable causes that you can donate your hard-earned money to. The first one is for the Medici, which is a collaboration of Australian not-for-profits and charities you can donate to. They've raised over $4 million, which is great. The second one is for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which, as the title implies, a Slavic-inspired bit of D&D goodness. It's 38 pages, got pictures, subclasses, one-shot, beautiful map of Ukraine, and it can be all yours for a minimum donation of £1 sterling. But you can donate more, so if you would like to own a D&D booklet worth £2,000, you can do that. And sorry about the lagging. Apparently
Yeah, you are.
my end is being technically difficult tonight because I cannot.
Because we use the same internet. So that's
I
mildly
know,
concerning.
right?
Tech goblins.
I think it might be partially my computer because my web browser had crashed as well and had to restart that.
Okay.
Really?
We'll see.
Alrighty.
We'll
Well,
see.
yeah, we will
Whoa.
see.
Holy crummy, guys! It just loaded. I actually have my internet browser open now, which I did not before. This bodes well.
Yeah.
I can actually look at my character sheet now.
That the lag seems to have repaired itself a little bit as well, so that's good. Like now we can see your face move sometimes. So I think, guys, we should have a bit of a recap, if there's one we can have, please. Who's on recap tonight? I believe it is Daria.
Moi. Yes, sir. So, before I start, I just need a little entree, a little taste. What's the name of the priest?
Viscar.
Viscar, thank you. Okay, now I'm set. So,
Unless you mean Orwin Brickleheckle.
No, I don't mean him. But thank
But
you.
he's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy, good lad. Okay, so when we started, we actually, Cash talked to some of her peeps, and there was additional plan made to send one of the sergeants, lieutenants, to the refugee camp, where one of the platoons of the Purge Guard was issued, and to figure out what's up, what's going on, what the hecky, we don't know. So that was done. Then we had a discussion with Eric's simp, who is making a lot of magical items for us, and she and Benek had a little back and forth, and I think they decided, but it's still unclear. It's only in the making. We'll get it when we get it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Then Benek also has a new book that we use later in the episode, but that's for later. So most of the episode was just us preparing and then going to talk with Viscar, who is the big head honcho of the religious types in the city.
Bird Pope.
Bird Pope.
Yeah, Bird Pope. His subject is like his professor. His subject is the sun woman god.
Ardea.
Sure.
Ardea. Yeah, but it's close enough to the main guy, so we're like, he cool. So we came in, Julio disguised himself as Larimar, the bitch, and everyone else was like, we are also here. And Julio got audience with Viscar, started whittling out information like the tactical genius he is, and we did confirm that Viscar does know about the cult, and he's not fully on board, but he knows some shit, and he's tacitly approving some of it. We also confirmed that Larimar and Mr. Bitch Boy, Mr. Elevator Guy, Sebel, yes?
Sobel, yeah.
Sobel, they're pretty tight. So that's something. And then the wigs come off. Cash epically turns to the guy like, you what, mate? And they start talking. And apparently this guy, he's kind of he's not deep into the shit, but he's very he conforms to his beliefs very hard, which is the gods are good, and therefore what the gods want is what we need to do, even if we don't like the methods. And he's like, no. This guy that the cult presented towards me was the god, was one of the apostles? No?
Amaranthines.
Amaranthine, yes, Amaranthine.
Okay.
So we were like, but it's not the main dude, was it? And he's like, doesn't matter though, it's an Amaranthine. And we're like, we disagree. So we disagreed for 2 hours. We discussed things, we had some evidence, we plucked on the emotional strings, I did. And overall, he's like, okay, guys, you kind of cringe, but I hear what you're saying. And I need a bit more before I actually say fuck the cult. And Kesh is like, okay, fine, you bitch. Can I talk to your altar for just a second? And she went to talk to the altar, and then the altar went and sucked Kesh in, where she talked to the creature.
Big suck.
Big suck happened.
Suck, double C's.
Big suck. Yes. All the mouth sounds. And
This is
what it said.
exactly how it went down.
Yes, exactly. And what the creature said was a little mysterious. It says, like, your contribution is not required. The victory shall be yours, but, like, step aside, you turd. Whatever. Like, it was a little weird. It was a little weird, a little creepy. But that was enough for Viscar to say, like, something ain't right. This kind of is fucky. I will go with you. And I think that was the ending. We kind of picked Viscar up in a bridal carry and like strolled out of the temple, and he's kind of on our side now. And also Kesh did kind of talk to Marinthine. I don't know, probably. So that's it.
Yeah. There was the book that you were going to mention and didn't.
Something.
Book. Yes. Yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, so when we were talking to Viscar, he's like, give me evidence. Like, the paladin you have sucks. You guys don't know what you're talking about. And Eric is like, Benek, you just had this awesome book with divine intervention in it. Push the button. And Benek is like, I don't wanna, but I will. Nothing happens. JK, something happens. It's a bush on fire. No one is impressed. The end.
You know,
Look.
in the Bible, the burning bush worked really freaking well. So
Yeah.
Our burning bush was even like edgy colored.
Yeah.
MG.
Yeah.
let's learn all the freaking, Jews out of Egypt because of the burning bush.
The issue is the Bible didn't have the cantrip produce flame. So it's
That's the issue.
in a world where that spell exists, a burning bush is a lot less
Less impressive.
Yeah.
I must also remind our respectable, right on, and possibly even up to snuff audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. We have the YouTube, which is completely up to date. Includes the first 3 episodes of Candlekeep Mysteries. And we have a Discord if you want to come and chat and hang out. Ask us any questions, basically just see what we do behind the scenes. Well, mateys, may no godlike entities use their power to haunt alternate iterations of you with your offhand comments or characterful misdeeds, and all your covert contacts have sensible codenames as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. So, the party has just spoken with Council Member Viscar, the High Priest of Alderheart, Bird Pope, as you say, and confronted him on matters of faith. While they were unable to present compelling evidence for him that the cult is not actually operating under directions from Titan, they were able to open his eyes to the reality of at least some of the cult's activities, which caused him to question the cult and, by the extension, his own motives. The final nail in the coffin was placed by Kesh kneeling before his personal altar and having an astrally projected conversation with Bing, who apparently is orchestrating the whole thing, who urged her to butt out and attempted to assure her that all would eventually be fine and that victory would be heard.
Which is just a red rag to this particular book.
After this, Viscar and Benek blamfed back to the secret tunnels, while the rest took the scenic route. Benek cast Dimension Door, as I recall, to get Viscar back to the secret tunnels, the intention being, one presumes, to yeet him back up to the crest so that he can have a chat. We've been raided! Mimsalot, thank you very much for the raid, you bloody champions! Favorite raid emotes up in chat! Welcome, Mimsalot! How are you? Zekubist, thank you for joining us. Mimsalot, you bloody champions! Let's have a shout out.
Oh,
you have joined us right at the very beginning. It looks like a bear on a fish.
Fish puppy.
Yes.
That is very cute.
at Mims a lot. What were you guys doing? Playing some D&D! Just finished your session, glad you could pop in. Well, then you are right in time for another session of D&D. Fish Dog, Martini Escargot. It's a good name, I like that. Well, guys, you have just joined us right at the very beginning of our session. So these guys are, this is the Humblewood, a world of animal folk. And they are investigating the actions of a bird cult. You've also joined us for a special guest episode as well, which is quite fun. So, Bennick,
who is Deep Fur?
Who is indeed, as you say, Deep Fur. Bennick has just teleported the Bird Pope back to their secret hideout, and Julio, Kesh, and Eric, along with their paladin friend Welcome, are now right in the middle of the temple without the Bird Pope to say they're all G. How do you get out? Sahari, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, wee scallywag.
I'm just glad teleport's a thing. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Well, I still have disguise self. I can make another one and come out as Larimar too.
Sure. Eric.
That's what I was going to suggest. Turn yourself back into I'll escort you back out.
Sure.
And then no one gets hurt, and no one
Eric's
realizes
used his last invisibility for the day, I believe, however.
I have. However, I'm a druid, so I'm just going to wild shape into a little spider.
Very well. Who is the adorable grumpy octopus? You will
I
find
get
out,
my
all right.
vibrating shoulder spider back.
No, you love that vibrating shoulder
I'm
spider.
actually going to be riding on Julio this time, in case Julio needs any, in case Larimar needs any support.
You always wanted that.
He's gonna hold on to your tail.
That's my fuckboy laugh. Can't you tell?
Yeah, you know,
Mimsalot,
piggyback rides on the shoulder are very erotic.
Yeah. It's shoulder blades that are
Oh,
the
on the
most
shoulder,
sensual
okay.
part. Yeah. Mimsalot, you're very welcome. Have a nice, thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's a relatively simple question. I didn't think it would be overly complicated. I just wanted to see what resources you would burn. You return to your super secret hideout, a set of tunnels within the Alderheart that were drilled somewhat illegally, but now you have reclaimed them after they were burnt out by someone that wasn't you. The Alderheart being an enormous tree, over 1 kilometer high. Think Avatar, but less lame. Yeah. What do you do when you get back there?
Highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's just, yeah, look, it is awesome. But the tree itself was very, like, I don't know what I'm getting at. I think everybody's sort of like...
We also can't get what you're getting at.
It was really good when it came out, but everybody
mystery.
sort of turned on it, I suppose, is the point I'm making.
I didn't like it when we came out. I think the story was pretty basic. And
it's
like,
Pocahontas
this
in
guy
space.
who was a colonist, but now he feels good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing about it that I find really interesting is that James Cameron was determined to make it a franchise before it even came out.
Yeah.
And he has the money to do that, and to the point where it even has a Disneyland section.
Yes, it has.
And
It has its
that
own
really
part,
no one
which
gives
is
a shit
wild.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
And
Anyway.
Well, like my Blue People movie.
Actually, in that Disney part, they have one of the best animatronics. Like, it's so good. But sorry,
I mean, can it outact Sam Worthington?
I don't know who that is. So yes.
the lead guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes. It definitely can. He's from where we live, Daria.
That's why you shit on him. I see.
Yeah, he's from Rockingham.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he made it and I didn't, that bastard. Yeah. So, anyway, you guys, you go back to your super secret hideout, which is in the really groovy tree, and Viscar is there. He says, so, how am I getting to the crest?
We're all together
The
now,
what?
right?
Yeah, you like Bennick's probably never left his side. Otherwise, there would have been people going, "Who the heck are you? And why?"
Well, everyone hasn't left yet, have they?
People are very much in the process of leaving.
Oh yeah, but everyone hasn't left yet. We still have soldiers that can escort Viscar.
You are at the tail end of it. You're about to run out because it's sort of mid-afternoon at this point, and everyone was sort of setting off at midday. But people were sort of leaking out in small groups. But yeah, you could have. I imagine because you were intending to send him with a squad of soldiers, you would have kept one back for him.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, can I pause for a second, because I thought our original idea was that we were going up to where the church was, which is at the top of the tree, and then we were going to jump from there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that I mean that's something that we probably need to discuss, but I don't know if there's that's what I thought the plan was originally.
Right. Yeah. My apologies.
Yeah.
So, but Bennick still had to take the guy. He
I
could
can
have come and met you though.
probably. Yeah, I can probably, while I'm there, arrange what Cash would want for to get
let me feel like
Viscar
get these
escorted.
guys to.
Yeah. Let us say that you did.
Escort.
Just go myself.
Yeah, you did pre-prepare the orders so that when the Lord High Pope arrives, everyone knows what to do with him, and he has
Knows
taken
what to do.
swiftly to the fortress in the mountains.
Or
To
they'll
meet
take
with...
good care of you. I'm late for my jumping appointment.
Oh, all right
We're gonna
then.
fling ourselves recklessly off a tree. Bye.
Very well. Have fun with that. I shall hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, you head back up. Now, here's the big question.
My point was that Viscar is a bird, so he could have flown with us.
Well, I don't think we want to be
Specifically
seen
didn't want
escaping
anyone
with
knowing he
Yeah.
was going.
We don't want anyone to know he's with us.
Okay,
Well,
fair.
he has left people to make it like he's got about 3 days grace before anyone knows he's gone. He is very specifically didn't want to be known to be siding with you guys because he's not sure if he does yet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. But how we get out, I don't really care. We could just march out as well. But
Well,
we should
it's a little early for
probably
that.
help to disguise him if he wants to get out incognito. Do we have a way of doing that?
To
he's going
get
out
him
through
out
the tunnel,
incognito,
so
he's
he's
going
seen
through the tunnel. Yeah.
Right.
We have. He's going out through the secret
Okay.
tunnel, so no one will see him.
Secret
we'll prove it.
Exactly.
To the tree.
Hey,
Yep.
yeah.
Can I just say, everyone said that secret tunnel. I don't know where that's from. What is
neither.
that? What is that?
It last
Same.
airbender.
Yeah.
That. Okay. See, the thing is, I saw it in
You watched it
translation
in
when I was
Russian.
growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
had no idea. I
We
just
convene
okay.
with everybody. The plan was I look like myself, yeah. So I do a cool Disney princess transformation as myself.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
Can you please describe this? Sort of floats
It's
2
nothing
feet off the
glamorous
ground.
at all.
Glass cracks around you as your magic shimmers as you prestidigitate yourself back to what you're supposed to look like.
I don't have prestidigitation, so it's just gonna be like actually like it must be.
Tearing your tail
whole
off your
time.
face.
Oh my god. Yes.
Cool.
It was
Exactly.
Bennick all along.
So you do this where? In the main foyer, the courtyard, or the big plaza out the front of the temple for all to see?
My plan was for us to get out of the temple and then
Yeah.
disrobe, but
Yep, that's what I mean. So you're in front of the temple.
yeah.
In the big, there is a big plaza in the upper branches of the tree, with on one side of it the main temple, and on the other side the council chambers. And the plaza is a couple of 100 feet wide. Eric flew over it yesterday, and yeah, you you go there, and it's never super full of people, but it's always got quite a lot of people in it because it's a big plaza. And so yeah, you go there, you can make a big show of it. Basically, it's the showiest place you could go without actually calling a meeting. And is the intention to, like, very official, like, make an announcement? Or are you just going to, like, reveal yourselves and everyone's going to, like, why are those people getting changed?
Wait. Why are we revealing ourselves now? I thought we were going to meet the secret spy first.
No. We're going to do... So the plan was that this is Eric's plan for our big exit. So Eric's the one who had a big plan about how we're going to leap off the tree and fly down. So the details
That wasn't my plan, but I'm happy to go with
Whose
it.
plan was it then?
It might have been Benix.
It's the void.
Jumping was
Whose plan was it to jump off the tree? Because it wasn't
Jumping was my
mine.
plan because I can feather 4 people.
Yeah.
But
But
it was to
mine
make an announcement of
was
some
have
kind.
the big exit. Yeah.
Cool.
And then we sneak back in.
Having
Yeah.
established that we have left, then we sneak back in.
I
to our
see.
specific
I
tunnel,
forgot that.
And then we are in. Yeah. Then we're in the tree, but nobody.
Significantly
and
easier
intrigue
for you to
abounds.
move quietly, particularly given that, you know, Julio and Benek are definitely... Julio and Eric, rather, are definitely wanted criminals. And Kesh probably will be after this as well. So yeah, you are in the... Are you making a really big thing? Are you really making a big thing of the disrobing and the changing of the appearances back to, haha, it was me, Kesh Glitterweave, the whole time? Not a sexy Vulpin lady.
Yeah, how very vaudeville villain of you.
Didn't you reveal yourself already with Viscar?
You did.
But no one's
Yeah,
else
but I
saw.
didn't take my disguise off.
That's right.
Or enough to put him back on again, yeah.
Like, should we say something?
What do you want to say? It's time to rally the people.
I mean, Eric was going to skywrite something.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I can take 10 minutes to do that now while you're figuring out whether or not you want to take your clothes off.
Why would I take my clothes off?
Isn't that what you were talking about doing, of getting, taking off your disguise or not?
Oh, take off my disguise? Not taking off clothes. Jump
Guys,
out of
I'm
the
here.
tree.
Whose clothes are we taking off?
Benek
Let's
arrives,
find somewhere...
sweaty and fully clothed, rapidly gets his clothes off. They don't wear clothes in the Blight Sea.
It's hot.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Let's find somewhere out of the way that I can channel a ritual for 10 minutes. Somewhere that ideally isn't somewhere important, such as, say, in front of one of the council members' front door.
There are guards.
That was very
as well.
specific.
It is worth noting this place does have quite a lot of guards. Like
Not
there
for
are
long.
around about 2
Let's
squads
define
worth
it.
of perch guard in this area.
Let's find a discreet side street we can hang out in.
Sure, you do that. Make me a stealth check. Why not? Let's have some rolls.
All
Oh,
of us?
Eric mostly, I think. The rest of you, but you're all trying to be like non.
Can I
Yeah.
assist Eric?
Yeah.
Well, am I
point
hiding
of the-
somewhere dim?
I don't know. You probably like it's about sort of 4 in the afternoon, so there's some shadows, but not a lot.
Somewhere, are there alleys or something that we can hang out in?
You'd have to go a little ways away, but yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got a 16 and a 17 from Cash and Bannock.
So, yeah, I already have advantage then, so you don't need to help me.
A straight 27 from Julio. Fucking oath.
Bloody hell.
Hey, natural 20.
And a nat 20 from Eric. Yeah, no one noticed this shit.
Mhm.
I almost think you don't turn out.
Awesome.
You cast it whilst being a spider, except that you can't do that.
Yeah,
So-
Spider was just to get out of the church.
Yeah. So yeah, you
Imagining a
cast.
spider like, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon if any animal would be good at skywriting, it would be like just casting a spell that does skywriting. Spiders, octopus, anything with lots of legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything with somatic components.
Yeah, they'd be awesome at it. Yeah. Cool. So you do that,
They
and
said
while
octopus.
you're doing that,
It's a hint.
Oh.
it's easy to forget he's here. Thing staring into my soul. What do the rest of you do while while this is happening? While Eric is doing his thing. You
Just
are
shooting the
all-
shit.
I want to clean myself.
Okay, so you are making yourself look like Cash.
Yes, I am canifying myself.
Okay. Crab octoracted. Yeah, that. Do crabs have 8 limbs?
They have a lot.
Yes.
Feel
I'm
like
not a
they've got
crabologist,
6
but I do think they have a lot.
Yes.
limbs. Okay. All right. So yeah, Cash Cash re-Cashifies herself. Bennick re-Bennickifies himself. By with the simple act of removing all the feathers from his face and putting them back in
I
his ass.
unlarimar myself.
You unlarimar yourself, but that takes a matter of a second or two. Yeah. Cool. But nothing else of major note before Eric does the skywrite. In which case, what does Eric write?
But I
Can't hear
I think you're
anything.
muted, fam.
Yes, thank you. Sorry. Eric skywrites, an anti-humble cult controls the council. Leave with us! !
Jesus Christ.
Is it
Very
do you
concise.
did you have a limited number of characters and you put
Yes.
in an exclamation mark? Just so they
No,
know
it's,
it's
And a
urgent.
smiley face.
And
It's
back-
Things.
10 words, so
Okay.
that was 10 words exactly.
all right.
Twitter, so
Oh no, humble.
I can hear a thing Cash is saying.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm on. Oh,
I know.
Sorry.
The authorities are censoring Cash.
No!
Yeah, that's fucked.
No.
Okay.
Like
Apparently,
there's
yeah.
no reason why it should be fucking about.
We might during the break, my love, turn your computer off and on again. Just restart it. It's been on for a while. It needs restarting on a semi-reg.
It's been on a lot longer than this without this dodge, though.
Hey, look.
Just saying.
Let the things.
Skywrite! The
Yeah, you do
council
that.
is dead!
Okay. Make me.
Dead.
The council's dead. Long live the council. Make me a Eric persuasion check.
Oh.
It's how pretty your
Oh,
skywrite
please fail.
looks.
Can I, because this is a spell, can I use Arcana or Nature for this persuasion check?
Are you proficient with either of those things?
With both of those things.
Are you proficient in persuasion?
No.
Okay, right. Yeah,
I'm
then
a
yes,
-1.
you can be proficient in it.
Okay. Cool.
We believe.
So you can add your proficiency
So-
bonus. So +3.
Yeah, great. Okay. So add a 3 to this.
Yeah.
A 10.
Cool. All right, Lilith. Please roll me a D100 in chat.
Oh, there it is.
Exclamation mark roll space 100. This will determine a thing.
How many,
How many
people say,
people?
yeah, he has a point?
Yeah, that's okay.
This is the point
Well,
where
it's
we
written
roll
in the
under a
sky.
7.
It must be true.
Yeah. 56.
Imagine.
Interesting. That's pretty much an ideal. Cool.
Surely times that by 10.
No, it's not going to be just the number of people. Otherwise, I'd have had to roll a
We
D1000.
convinced
Uh,
56 people.
No, you
It's
can
gonna be like
it's of the people who see it, which is not it. How long does it last?
It's concentration. It's a really bad spell, to be honest with you. Generally speaking, except for this specific instance, it's concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay. And then, what do you guys do? Because this is only part of the thing. So, what do you do after you do this? Because
let's visibly leave.
Visibly, we're visibly leaving.
We're visibly leaving.
All right. How do you do that? Please describe.
Do we just go like?
We're gonna
"What
get
is
so
that?"
grabbed by. Who did that? I think they have a point.
Hey, look up there!
Is that true? Seems like it is.
So wait, you're not the people who wrote it, so they shouldn't be following you. Follow us. Who? There isn't anyone to follow. There's some people who are going.
To be clear, that is written. It's visible to anyone with the line of the sky. So, and it's not clear. Like, it's not clearly coming from me. So,
Sure.
I'm not expecting.
No.
Like
There's
them to
not gonna
look at
be
that and say,
anybody-
"Oh, Eric Ashbourne wrote
It's that one. Yeah, no.
There's
But-
no signature.
But it does say follow us.
Yeah, so we do an Assassin's
come
Creed
with
jump
us.
of the branches.
Come with us.
And
Is three of the 10 words you used in that
Yeah,
order.
and there's
so they
people
need
that
to
have been
know who's
leaving-
going.
There's people been leaving all day, right? That
Sure,
was
but
kind of my point.
Deliberately, discreetly.
Eric, can you do a follow-up? By the
Okay,
way,
okay.
that's us,
It
protectors.
was always the plan to have some people leave, obviously, when this happened. There was
Okay.
always going to be some of the
Yeah.
troops that were waiting, and then when they got the big signal,
Okay, all right.
Oh, can I
March out
do
of town.
something right now?
Sure. So,
Nope.
a bunch of the Wildwood Brigade have been in the hideout or in their barracks.
well, one assumes they'd assembled near the gate.
Okay, right. With orders
like
to deploy.
afternoon.
In which case, it probably would have been Shen's company, right? But no, they would have already had to go. This is really tipping people off that you know what's going on. So Shen's company is already gone. So it would have to be some of Hornbrow's men. So Captain Hornbrow deploys with, I don't know, half a company of his guys. And marches out the gate. And you publicly, with the intention of drawing attention to yourselves, you jump.
Yep.
From somewhere near the council chambers. Yes?
From near the
Yes.
church.
Yeah, which is
Which
also near the
is-
council
We're
chambers.
gonna get so mocked by the purge guard, but okay.
Not if you are quick about it. But yeah, I'm just wanting to establish exactly what is happening in my own head so that the world can react accordingly. All right. So yeah, Hornbrow's men start heading out. You jump. Eric and Bennick, I guess you would jump first, right? Or is Bennick waiting until the Humbles jump so that you can feather fall them?
I wait.
Okay.
Oh, cause I have
Yeah.
more aerial control over
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
so I can
I reckon-
catch up if they fall.
Yeah, feather for them first, and then the two of us can glide and take them with us.
How tall is the tree? How tall is the tree from where we
like
jump?
a kilometer high.
Okay.
You've got
Yes,
a long way
this
down.
is fine.
Yeah.
If Protector of Alderheart told you to jump off the bridge, would you?
I know I would.
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
No. Yeah, we jump. I will
Okay,
cast
you
this
jump.
twice.
So Eric goes first. Cash and Julio go shortly afterwards. Do you do anything, say anything? You are, as you start heading towards a decent jumping off point, let's say half a dozen perch guard begin chasing you. Hey, it's there. It's Eric and Julio specifically they are chasing. Yeah. And,
As I jump, I would like to use Druidcraft to make all the branch we leap off blossom.
love it. Cool.
Yeah, dope.
And
I'm not
shower
jumping.
petals.
I'm not jumping first. I'm waiting for the other two to jump too, so that I can guide them from behind.
Sure. So Julio, what do you do, if anything, as you dive, or do you just go?
Just
Turn
look
around.
cool as fuck.
Throw
Flip 'em
hash
off.
browns at your guy. Yeah. All right, flip them off.
Yeah. Like a little spoon, just like right in the middle of the forehead. Bang. Yep.
A hash brown just smacks him in the face.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And it's soggy too.
Oh, the worst. Why do you have to spoil it? So Kesh and Julio have dived. Eric.
I thought you said have died. And I'm like, okay.
They plummet to their death. You guys didn't time this very well. Eric gets spear tackled. Bennick gets distracted by like a corpse that he saw.
That's my wife.
He just remembers that, bean is particularly delicious, so he's just like, I might just
No, I was told I can't
like 'em
eat
scrambled.
Julio.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Catch though. I jump.
Yeah. You jump and presumably cast Featherfall.
Yeah, I cast Featherfall now, so they have some better aerial mobility to know where they want to land. But it's only 600 feet, so I'll cast it again before they fall at the ground.
Yeah.
So I'll do it twice.
With that, you manage to, Kesh, Julio, you manage to arrive quite notably. Can you make me, one of you, probably Julio, make a performance check?
I'll do my best.
With advantage because Kesh... actually, no, tell you what. It can be either Julio or Kesh with advantage.
What do you prefer, Cash?
Azura's Fire, thank you very much for joining us. And for the follow, matey, avast and such, you wee scallywag.
I don't really have any advantages for performance, so...
Yeah, I think Kesh is a flat charisma, so it's probably best to have Julio do it with their plus whatever.
True. But my +3, I might roll.
Oh, is it only 3?
I'm not proficient with performance.
Okay. Well, it's your call. It's probably about much of a muchness in terms of rolling wise, but Cash does get to roll twice.
I think Cash is like the main draw of this particular event, so
Sure.
I think
She's
it would
the
make
famous
sense.
one.
I
Okay,
jumped
cool.
with the most flair.
Yeah, you did. That's why I was giving you the advantage. And you sort of went first as well, I feel.
Oh yeah, totally.
As
Wonderful. That is
17.
17.
It's pretty good. You make a pretty big exit. Azura's Fire. The gang is making a big show of leaving the city in the most obvious way possible, which they figure is writing a message about how the government is deeply corrupt and then jumping out of the tree, which is a kilometer high, and falling very publicly, whilst having a military unit they're allied with leave publicly through the front door. And look, a 17 as an exit is pretty good. So, of the you sort of all fall together. Is there any formation as you go? Eric said he would be like guiding, but Cash and Julio are going to be falling quite rapidly for a good portion of this drop.
Yeah, I will keep pace with them because I'm a bird. I have better control over how fast I fall. And I just basically tell them on the first feather fall when they don't just like immediately like accelerate to the most part. I say like just stay within 60 feet of me, keep your arms to your sides. The emergency exits are over here and over here. I won't.
That's a little ward doc.
It is a little word doc. Yeah. I go full attendant on them so I can cast Featherfall again because they have to be within 60 feet of me to do so.
What I was expecting was, because presumably we don't want to just drop straight down, was that I would kind of glide, well, both of us would glide kind of overhead and in front of them, and they would grab onto our talons, and then because they're super light, we're basically taxing them along for 600 feet
That's true. I can even
until they become mega heavy.
Yeah.
I can
Also-
do it more if we need to. By the way,
I don't think we need to.
think?
Also,
Two should be
Octopus
enough.
asks if Octopus can see that.
Yes. So the role that we had Lilith do was to determine what percentage of the humble folk witnessed it. Turns out 56% of the humble folk who live within the tree were saw it or were in some way sort of notified of it. Octopus, yes, you did notice that shit. I would even say you would...
since there's
Yeah, sorry.
since there's time. It's not.
The
It's
town
not.
crier.
This whole strategy is great because then we get everyone who's like below us can see
Yeah.
as we like,
Yeah.
come down.
Well, and then you
Um,
would land in front of this marching company of soldiers and sort of lead the way out, Kesh very proudly at the head of her men. As you come in to land, you would witness the squad or two of perch guard who would have been sort of on the gates. It looks like there has been a small altercation, really. The perch guard didn't want these guys leaving, but, as in, did try to stop them, but when faced down with two platoons of soldiers, this couple of squads were like, so I don't know if this is necessarily... I don't think we could stop them. And Jürgen Hornbrow, the captain of the...
Hornbrow.
Hornbrow, basically just forced the issue and had a team of his soldiers just literally just pull the gates open when they were barred. Normally it is a mechanical thing that lifts the bars in. He just had a bunch of his guys just go and literally pick it up and moved it out of the way. He's like, you are not stopping us. He would have, you might not have been able to overhear it, but it was very much a, you will not stop us. We are
Like,
leaving.
right. Who?
If you know what is best for you, you will stand aside. The Major is coming. And he looks up, and they sort of step aside at seeing the Major plummeting towards them. And when Karen's internet catches up with her, I'm sure she will have interesting things to add.
Yeah.
Poor Karen, this
Like,
sucks.
The trapped.
Yeah,
You said it, Cash.
Yeah.
But look at that beautiful smile, though.
exactly. The Major is coming. So is she, Bishop Blood. Hurrah for the Major General. Ha ha ha, yes. How are we going, Karen?
Everyone's just like, the Major is coming! And then I just keep falling very, very slowly. It's like, any second now!
Here she comes. Can we not do the feather fall? Way more
Let her
dramatic.
fall, it's fine.
Yeah,
do
falling
you mean?
damage maxes out at like 10d10.
It's more dramatic this way. Look at her gently descend.
The Major just lands and just pancake. Cool. Yes, Kesh arrives and you all march out of the city. Irritatingly, I think we're going to want to take a quick breaklet because I think Karen's tech needs to be resolved. So we will try and have a quick break and see if I can't fix Karen's technical issues, and we will be back very, very shortly. So we will see you soon, guys. Don't go anywhere. Thanks very much for joining us, and yeah, we'll be back.
try turning it off and on again.
Yeah, we're going to turn it off and on again. All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Avast and ahoy once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate! So I was just pretending to be lagging there. Thank you very much for joining us. And we got raided. Queen of Quirks, you bloody champion. Thank you so much for the raid, you splendid individuals. What were you guys doing? Shout out the Queen. Queen of Quirks, what were you doing?
An
Playing
excellent
some
name.
Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, Queen of Quirks. Now,
go
Karen and I
on.
promised ourselves a while back, well, not ourselves, we actually promised the audience a while back on a Mano a Mano Monday that we would try the Dutch salty licorice liqueur, drunk very popularly by the underwater folk around the around Bottle Down. And Karen has, foolishly I think, acquired us some. This is Dutch salty licorice liqueur. I am excited and/or yes, there is a bit of an echo. Karen, do you want to close your door?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, by the way, can you regale them with the description once again? Because that was horrid.
Yeah, every word
Oh,
about
hang
it.
on.
just-
Let's look up the description. It was glorious.
Please do.
Time
Yes.
to drink my
This is from
perfectly
a
normal
lovely
water.
Queensland distillery that I'm now mildly obsessed with.
We've got 3 other bottles from them. There's a rum, a limoncello, and a gin that we're like, yeah, hell yeah, bring on those.
Which all look genuinely lovely, whereas this one I pretty much bought for us to torture ourselves with.
This is
Okay,
the first one. I'm trying the other stuff later.
here we go. This is the Dutch salty licorice liqueur from the Town Mountain Distillery. Description/tasting notes. Allah's inspiration for this beautiful drink came from the salty licorice. Just ask me if I'm 18. Cool. Which is a variety of licorice flavored with salty anise. Anise?
Anisette.
Common in the Netherlands and Nordic countries. Salty licorice candies are almost black or very dark brown and from very soft to very hard and sometimes brittle. Salty licorice liqueur salt taste, which has been described as tongue almost stinging. Salty licorice is an acquired taste and not for the faint-hearted. Finland, Sweden, Norway, and the Netherlands are sharp, sour flavors during childhood.
Okay.
0 out of 10. Good luck,
20%,
guys.
everybody. And it looks flat.
But it's
It
actually
looks
dark
black, but
green.
it's actually very, very dark green.
Yeah. Looks like creme de menthe that's gone off. It is 20%. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. You know, it's definitely not my favorite, but it's not unpleasant.
Is it like dark
That's what
chocolate?
people say about me, to be honest.
Yo,
Definitely not my
got 'em.
favorite, but yeah.
Zina.
Look,
Look.
it's actually not unlike drinking seawater.
That
It's
brine.
Because
It's salty.
the first thing you taste is salt. You
Yeah.
sip it and you're like, whoa, salt. And then as it kind of rests on your tongue, you get the licorice. Very weird. And very alcoholic.
It's not particularly licoricey liquor, though. Which is why I don't mind it, because I don't like licorice.
Licorice sucks.
Yeah. I've never understood
Yeah.
why anyone
Like I
would.
buy licorice. Like after a few seconds it tastes like you've recently eaten a licorice also.
Yeah. Look, Bishop Blood, I don't disagree. Yeah, because seawater is so enjoyable. Yeah, but it has like fond, I don't know where you are in the world, Bishop Blood, but in Australia, swimming pools tend to be saltwater pools, because it's easier to chlorinate a saltwater pool because you basically just separate the sodium from the chlorine with electrolysis. And so yeah, when I swim, I will often be swimming in salt water, and we've got a pool, and so this is like being in, it's about that level of salty. It's not even seawater; it's more like pool water salty,
Nice.
which is not.
Water's
not as
definitely
salty.
saltier. I wouldn't say I'd drink it straight for fun,
No.
but if you really like licorice, I reckon this would taste pretty good drizzled over some vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you mix
Oh,
vodka
it's
with brine,
salty though. That first
Vodka with brine. Fuck.
you're speaking to
With a
in the
licorice
presence of a
aftertaste.
Russian.
What
Vodka
Yeah.
is
when you
nasty.
get
Like,
down to the bottom of the shot, you can really tell that it's green.
So you're just gonna be
I
like
don't know if
double
you can see.
nasty.
It is literally dark green.
yeah. It's nasty,
Yeah.
the sequel. Like, that's horrible.
yeah, you might be
Nasty
able to see the
electrical.
color. No, you can just see the green tinge.
Yeah,
And
packs a
kinda.
punch, guys. Not gonna lie. Like, I feel very warm right now.
Good.
I imagine if
Wait,
you were
not
in the
really.
middle of a freezing cold European winter and you did a shot of this stuff, you would feel very warm and cozy.
It's significantly less nasty than I thought it would be. Like, if pushed, I could drink the whole thing. I wouldn't enjoy the experience.
So it's like
it would be a
dark
waste
chocolate.
of time. Yeah,
Sounds
except
like
I
my
don't mind
experience
dark
with
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but yeah, I know that vibe. Yeah, that's definitely the same sort of thing.
I'm like, I thought this was gonna be, I want to die.
Yeah, no, I thought so too. I
It
genuinely
was
did.
gonna be, I wanna die.
yeah.
Nice.
Turns out the salt very much overpowers the licorice. Augustus 14 AD as well. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Cheers.
scallywag.
Is this what alcoholic tar
We
tastes
do
like?
stay awake.
Yes.
Oh,
Pop that
if
in
there
a
was a
pit.
tar pit
Ooh.
full of that licorice liqueur,
Oh.
then that would be terrible.
See the
Horrible.
green, very much
Yeah.
the green in
Rancid.
there. There you
It'd
go.
be such
Let's
a shame,
let's play
wouldn't
some
it?
Humblewood.
Let's play some D&D, shall we?
And
Thanks
That's
very
the
much for the
internet
raid,
is
guys. Karen's internet appears to be behaving itself a little better. Not 100%, but it's better. And I'll take better. So, you guys have just very publicly left the Alderheart. Flipping the bird both metaphorically and actually. Tar Keeler. Yeah, exactly, Bishop Blood. Very good. Bishop Blood, you have
Copyright that.
That's
inspiration.
really good. Chaz inspiration? Hell yeah.
Yeah, just Bishop Blood. When he gets to roll, then. So, yeah, you very publicly leave and flip the bird to everybody. Then, basically, the question is, when do you turn around and sneak back in? That night? Or are you going to travel a bit?
I feel like we should peel off almost immediately, maybe after like half an hour or so.
I travel
My thought-
a little. I was gonna say,
I heard Karen make that comment like 10 seconds before it came through on the Zoom. It's still not great.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Do you maybe want to
Rest
share the
is
good
so-
part of the internet? So greedy, Josh.
Yeah. Turn down the
that's really-
face, please.
Well,
I'll sit with you.
We could actually, she could come and sit with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
You
do
are
that.
literally in the same house.
The only problem is my headset.
Do we still have any of those cutesy earphone splitters?
Just bring your headphones. We'll have one each.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Oh, that's so
Jeez.
wholesome.
Yeah, it's like you have a milkshake with 2 straws, but
Very well.
it's your headphones.
Yeah. Leave your screen
And
on, please.
instead of like sharing a milkshake, you're sharing sound.
Yeah. We'll resolve it this way because my computer's fine. Don't forget your licorice liqueur, my love.
Don't forget it.
Ugh. Okay.
Sure, we can split off immediately.
So you split off almost immediately. The trick is you are very much within sight of people in the tree for probably a good 3-4 hours march.
We should probably then stay on course for that, right? It would
Yeah.
be a little weird for us, like, and we're leaving them
Yeah.
as well.
yeah.
We have commitment
I'll-
issues, like, that's a little
Is it-
strange.
Yeah.
I mean, my intent, I'll stall a bit for Karen to come back. but
Interpretive
I do
dance.
have an idea, but I don't know how long would be feasible to be walking. So I'm fine with 4 hours, but I think, yeah, there should be a bit of strategy to it.
Yeah.
Um,
We just go as soon as we can without being
Sure.
Yep.
spotted.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically what I thought.
Also,
Cool.
question: the perch guard that had a scuffle with our lads, did they like skedaddle, or are they like following us? What's up with them?
The perch guard who had a scuffle with your lads. There wasn't really a scuffle. It was really just... Oh, the guards at the gate, though.
That Dutch angle, though, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
sweet
Dutch tilt. Yeah. Well, it's to go with
Yeah.
the Dutch salted licorice liqueur.
which I can still really taste, guys.
okay, so This is
feel
what
like
my-
I'm watching Blair Witch.
Yeah, a little bit. Sirius in the fucking background, staring at the wall, T-posing. Yeah.
So this was my strat. Us to gradually, like, because we presumably were starting by leading the troops, and then we
Yep.
gradually kind of fall back so that we're in the middle of the company. And while we're in the middle and disguised by bodies, we don disguises again, or like if we can turn invisible and stuff, to then peel off without being seen at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think the sooner that we get back into the city, the less expected that it will be.
And the sooner we can talk to the octopus. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got an octopus.
We do have an octopus that you're supposed to be talking to.
Although
Yeah.
that's the following night.
Yes,
So we
you do
a
have
long
it till
rest
tomorrow.
between that.
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Can't see
Anyway,
my face.
I don't know if we have, like, I can wild shape again, so I can get out of the group unseen, but I don't know if anyone else can.
God,
Yeah.
no.
Look, if you want to wild shape again, you can get back to you can get back to your super secret hideout earlier, but nobody else really has any sort of mechanical
I guess-
manner to do that.
Well, I
It's
think we
time to
just need.
cast one more of these things.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
How? Where? Oh no! Actually, if you do it before you are out of range, then you can blamp straight back to the.
No. I can't cast Dimension Door because I don't have my second fourth yet.
Ah, right. Okay.
But I won't do it. The responsible side of my brain is like, don't do it. Maybe I'll wait. I'll wait.
What were you going to cast?
second
No,
fourth.
come on. What were you going to cast? Don't do that.
I was going to cast Shadow Shape, but I'm not now. I'm gonna wait.
All right.
All right.
Is it?
On it-
It's clearing light, right? I was like, if I think how the spell is described, maybe we can be like shloop with some
I
shadows.
love a good slope.
Yeah, we shloop with some shadows.
Like, I
But-
honestly think we could just peel off from the group in a direction still heading away from the Alderheart, and then once we're out of sight of the main army, just turn around.
Yeah. The trick
The
is
other
you have
thing
to
that
travel about
we-
3 hours to get outside of the Alderheart. It's a giant tree. It's essentially a watchtower.
Cool.
The
Fair
other
enough.
thing that we
That's
could do is, if we're going a ways out anyway, we could camp, get spell slots back, and then I can
True.
my stealthy spell, pass without trace.
Pass
us
without
back
trace
in.
back in. Yeah. You don't have
And I
anything
used all
particularly
my spell
pressing.
slots as
Yeah.
well.
You don't have anything particularly pressing to do until tomorrow evening. So yeah. Sloop
Just
my
wait
meat
till
and call me a
Friday.
cannibal.
We-
That's against TOS, I'm pretty sure. We're not stripping
It's-
anyone's meat
It's
today.
not safe for work.
The other strategy to get us back in is, now hear me out. We get a cart full of fruit and with a tarp. 3 of us hide in the back. Julio dresses as an old lady who's come to sell her wares.
Okay.
Well, aren't
That's
you
it.
supposed to be keep a simple, stupid plan guy?
He just wants to see Julio with boobs again. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
he wants.
I see, yeah, catching tail. I get
He
it.
that's
ideally
okay.
would like
Yeah.
Julio
was
to dress
out of
as
character.
a Corvan woman, an
Oh,
elderly
yeah,
Corvan woman.
old With huge badunkadunks. Yeah, we got it. We got it.
We are well
Yeah,
known
it'll get you
for
some
our
watermelons.
huge
Yeah.
badonkadonks.
Right.
Okay,
so
so-
you're
Yeah,
going
what
to
do you
go
reckon?
away
You're
and
going to
what do you
camp?
reckon? A camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think camp for the night in the woods and then sneak back in and
Yeah,
start
do
and
some
let the
s'mores.
shenanigans begin.
Well, Shenanigans left a few days ago. Left
Oh,
earlier
I
that
do
morning.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yes, shenanigans left.
Yeah. Mr. Esticle,
Mr. Esticle.
Mr. Esticle. Yes.
fourth of his name.
No, Mr. Esco is my father.
I'm just Shenanigans. Cool. You do that. I like it. So that evening,
Before we sleep, I cast Shadow Shape. I want to know what it does.
Oh, okay.
That
So
was
what?
aggressive.
Okay, so you cast around 8
move
p.m.
away from people.
You guys are out of sight of the Humblewood, of the Alderheart. You come to a pleasant clearing, and let's see if I can find some better music for it. You make camp. Captain Hornbrow's men do all the guarding. You don't need to worry about that. And you, bed down for the evening. Bennick, you, I did mean to mention earlier, Eric and Bennick, both of the magic items you acquired last session or the session before, the ring and the book, require attunement. I know that the ring would not normally, but this is a modified version of the same.
Mm-hmm. I attuned to it on the short rests.
You did, as did Bennick. I was just clarifying because it doesn't say you need to. Cool. So, Bennick, you cast Shadow Shape. So, I want to know what you believe this will do.
I think it's like Control Flame, but shadows. I think it's like the opposite. I think
because
it's
not an actual 5e spell, is it? Shadow Shape. You think it's just
No.
this is what it does? Yeah. So, what is your intent when you cast it?
My intent with Shadow Shape, there'll be camping. What's happening? What's the
It's late at night. It's dark. There is a campfire, so there are plenty of shadows around. And yeah, I would say you are. I imagine this. You're at a campsite off the road. It has been made as comfortable as one can make a campsite. You are very familiar with being on the road as well. So, but you're, I would guess, sitting on a log by a campfire, just chilling, reading the book, familiarizing yourself with your new spellbook.
I don't want to do anything. The good old ABCs of basic wizard spellcasting, and that's to keep things like small first. So
Always be casting.
Always be casting, dude.
Casters be casting.
See, I want that on a t-shirt now.
Keep that deeps. Keep that DPS. I think his vision first is to like make basic shapes on like the whatever is casting shadow from the fire. Like I'll try and make it a square. Can I splinter off a shadow from its like the object that's casting it or whatever? Before I start making like a shadow play.
Yeah, sure. You do that. Basically, your intent is what happens. You can cast this once per day, and you cast that with the intention of making a simple shadow. Your shadow, projected against a tree behind you by the light of the campfire, coalesces down into a square on your chest. It is still a shadow reflected onto you, but it moves and places itself on your chest. You now do not have a shadow other than this little square. It is your shadow.
Yo.
That's pretty dope.
It's a censorship box. Fuck, that's difficult to say.
Yeah,
for
he
some
puts
reason.
it down on his bare arse,
Censorship.
which...
It's a
Yeah.
censorship.
You turn your shadow into a square shape.
Next time I do a Disney Princess transformation, it's gonna be like shadow censorship.
Nice.
Cool. I then like methodically, because I've done this a lot in previous spells, like count the duration, when does the spell break. If ever, I'll be like, if it lasts more than 1 hour, I'll be
Consult your wizard.
Yeah.
Yes. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
And Bennick, you can make me an Arcana check on the book.
Okay.
As I suspect you are beginning to have suspicions on this content.
23.
A 23 is very good. Bennick, your experience of magic, coupled with what you've already experienced of the spells you've cast, obviously these are not the spells that they portend to be. However, it's like you've got a bunch of bound cantrips. Like, mildly useful. You don't know about the summer skeleton, but yeah. It's they don't appear dangerous, just weird.
It's a prank book. They pranked
prank
us.
book.
We got punked.
It's a prank book. You know what? I can kind of respect that for a wizard.
That's why our
It's a bootleg.
divine shit doesn't work.
I mean, it does do
Yes.
something. It just does one specific thing.
Wait, we've only cast it
It's-
once. If
yeah.
we cast
Okay.
it again, it might have a different result.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
No, it's a
test-
bootleg wizard spellbook.
yeah.
Yep,
It's a
yep,
knockoff.
It's like the kind that you get in Bali for like
Yeah.
10 movies for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah,
of
it's like a
Frozen,
naked
it's
CD. Yeah.
Icy.
In a little baggie.
Icy Princess Crazy Castle. Yeah.
It's just a little plastic baggie of loose words.
Yeah.
It's a 2-liter
Chuck
soda
them in
bottle
there.
of Bundaberg rum.
Yeah. Ugh.
Don't do that, guys. Don't do it.
Don't do
it's
it.
a trap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test my theory then, and cast detect life.
Is it a game theory?
It goes
Game
off,
theory.
and yeah, you can detect within 30 feet of you a fuck ton of life.
What?
Do they glow like detect magic? But it's just
A little bit, yeah,
living
but it's
things?
literally anything that's alive.
Wow.
It's not specific.
Eric doesn't glow.
Because he's dead inside.
Big question, Eric, is Hope out?
No, because I don't know if we're camping with the company or not, but I feel like we'll be going no campfire, would be trying to be subtle.
Well, he's got a campfire with him, because he's shadowed and stuff.
Ah, right. In that case, yes.
Can't
if
really hide
we're
in
saying
the
fuck it, here's fire, then yes, Hope will be out.
Okay. In which case, Bannock, it might be noteworthy that Hope does not read as alive.
So
Neither does Kesh's bow.
What?
is that supposed to be
Neither
alive?
does
Or,
the
it does,
bow.
like, it doesn't
It's an
necessarily do what...
elemental thing.
Did I expect it to be alive?
Yeah.
Detect...
Is my bow meant to be
Well,
alive?
no, but the point is detect life. In a world where life is a
Right.
kind of magic.
Kind of magic. Okay.
It's a kind of magic.
Okay. So what
Necromentals
does
are
it?
whack. Yeah, they are.
What does it detect?
It detects things that have life magic in them.
Like life the element, correct?
Yeah, but all alive creatures on this plane read as that. Trees, bugs, grass, people. They all have a spark of...
Bacteria, viruses,
Plane of
fucking
life stuff.
everywhere in the
Yeah,
air.
but you can't see them. They glow, but they're very, very small. So yeah.
What if I
it's
squint
more
real
like just
hard?
a background.
Not
if
with your
anything, that makes it
glasses off.
worse. Yeah, not with your glasses off. Yeah, you nerd. Put them back on.
I was
Hey,
cleaning them.
girl.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn, dude.
Controversial, Daria.
Dan, do you have any other shenanigans that you want to do?
Well, yes. I'm just gonna fucking use summon skeleton. Cause whatever.
Yeah.
Surely it's a prank book. I'm like, this surely isn't illegal if it's if it's a prank book.
Oh,
and
please
if it
have a
does
corpse
fucking
crawl.
summon a real ass skeleton, I'm gonna fucking dispel magic.
No, it's just one of your bones falls out of your body.
No, I very briefly considered the nearest person to Bannock would lose all of their skeleton that was just teleported
No,
out of their body.
it's like Harry Potter thing with the arm.
Yeah, but no. That is not what happens. Manifest skeletal remains. Yeah, it's actually very much what Bishop Blood suggests. You cast Summon Skeleton, and next to you, the aged bones of a servant appear.
Oh no.
It's standing standing as in the way they would, but they sort of immediately collapse to the ground. Just a pile of bones.
I look over with a start. What the heck?
I immediately try and cover it up.
Is that a skeleton?
Yes, Bennett, we could hear it. It sounded like an xylophone.
It's not a skeleton.
Bennett, did you just make a skeleton?
No. Did it come from anywhere? Do I think that it was like it used to be buried and I unburied it and then now it's like...
Make me an investigation check.
Oh,
I would like to go over and grab one of the bones.
Sure.
Yoinking the bones?
Is it an actual bone?
Yep.
Oh, that's real.
We could see that from here. You didn't have to.
I thought maybe it was like an All Hallows Eve prop or something.
Nope.
Spirit Halloween type shit.
No, it's a real skeleton. With an 11, you cannot determine whether this was recently interred. You do know that both some humble folk cultures, particularly the humble folk cultures, practice burning the body, cremation. Actually, Bennick of any people would know what people do with their bodies when they die. Servan do tend to favor burials, often in not so much underground, but in tombs.
Okay.
So I learned something horrifying the other day.
Tomb Raider Bennick.
Oh no.
You totally disturbed a grave tonight, man. You're gonna have to live with that.
Oh yeah.
Hear her laughing already. Okay. I try and bring it back. I go go away.
Go away, skeleton.
You trying to reverse
Be
it?
gone!
Skeleton, not dismiss skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah, did you have to submit skeleton in the book?
Surely it's part of summon skeleton, like summon anything else.
Unsummon. Summonant.
While Bennick is reburying those bones, I wanted
Puss
to
off,
talk
ghost.
I wanted to talk to the rest of you about this ring.
What does it do?
Now, when I attuned to it, I identified it. Is that right, Josh? So I have an idea of what it does.
Yep. You know what it does.
Yeah. So this ring allows you to talk to, and in this world, there's small animals, but mainly insects. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a ring of insect friendship. So it allows you to talk to and to be friends with and to sometimes scare small animals, which are vaguely useful things, but things that I can kind of do whenever I want to do. So I'm happy to keep it, but I thought that either Julio or Kesh, you may be a bit more interested in this than me.
Oh. Well, I suppose it could be handy to be able to speak to insects. Like
We can talk to normal.
Hey, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because you went into that house as a spider. Nothing stopping us asking a spider what's going on somewhere.
Yes, that's very true. And if you were to use it to talk to me, then it would be pretty useless me wearing it.
I
that's
see.
strange.
I see. Well, Julio, do you want to flip a coin for it?
Sure. Oh, let's go rock, paper, scissors.
Not with her internet.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Cash
Hey,
wins.
you take the ring.
I take the ring of insect handling.
Yeah, you take the ring of you take the ring of
animal friendship.
Cool.
Cool. I will add it to your
No,
sheet.
a ring of animal influence.
Animal influence. That's the one. Yeah.
Ring of animal networking.
Animal networking.
Animal
Yeah.
networking.
It. How did I describe it before? It's a simple signet ring with no signet on it though. And on the inside of the band there is a word engraved in it. The word is Noah.
Yeah, we made a joke about like talking to pairs of animals. Yeah.
You can only talk to 2 spiders at once. So Eric has to turn himself into 2 different spiders simultaneously.
But this ring is like beautiful if you want to be the bug matchmaker. Just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Eric has opened up his pack to like sort through his items and stuff, and he chuckles out loud and says, "Hey, remember when we used to fight fire elementals?" And pulls out the 2 potions of fire resistance that haven't been used.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
that.
If we
I
ever
had
need,
one last time.
if we
that was
ever
good.
need, if we ever need a dramatic exit, we can set a building on fire, drink those, and then walk out of there unharmed. That's
Well,
casting.
that would certainly be dramatic.
You know, we already leapt
I
out of a
was-
tree and didn't like get squished. So I think we're dramatic is now our thing.
Yeah, well, that's true. I was thinking more along the lines of, these cultists have in the past summoned fire elementals, so if they try to do that again,
Oh
we could,
yeah, that's probably a better idea than just using them for a dramatic
Yeah.
exit.
do you have one, Cash?
No,
Or do I
not
have
on
the
me.
only
No,
2?
you were carrying them.
I think Julio did have one and
catch.
drank it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drank one. Yeah,
Panic
and was very
is-
cool with it.
Fennec is permanently
tossed
under
one.
the effect of one of them anyway, so he doesn't need one.
Yeah. I tossed mine,
I'm so
one
sorry,
of mine to Cash.
whoever you were.
He's crying.
Just in the background.
Forgive
digging
me.
a grave.
And we just don't fucking care. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, well, while
Yeah,
you
so
reconsecrate that grave, we're going to just talk about these potions.
In the
I
background.
can cremate if you like.
I think we've done enough, guys.
So,
Anyway, I give one of my potions of fire resistance to Cash.
Thank
Cool.
you.
hey, Bannock, there's one spell left in the book.
There's 2. I haven't
what's
cast
the other?
Mark or Water Walking.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Well, no time like the present.
I'm gonna.
If a cup of
After
water
either-
starts walking after that, I'm leaving the call.
Yeah, the water just
You may
turns
want to
into-
hang up then.
But there's no there's no still water around, just like a pond, right? So
No.
I have a cup, probably.
I'm
There's
gonna
definitely a water canteen or something. Yeah.
after I bury
That's
this
soup I made.
person,
some soup.
and
Well, it doesn't
like-
say soup walking, does it?
True.
That wouldn't be useful, being able to walk around on soup.
Might be.
Summon soup elementals. Let's go.
soup.
Now, if it was walk or tar walk, then that would be useful.
Yeah, that would be
Come on,
extremely
give it a
useful in this
rest,
party.
old man Eric. Your
I'm
glory
not the
days are
one who
over.
puts a tar pit into every campaign.
No idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. There were no tar pits last night. None. 0.
Technically, they were all
That's
in
They're
your
your
head.
all in your
imagination.
head. That's just your imagination.
Oh no.
Stop trying to gaslight me.
No. It was the mean locks that were gaslighting you.
How convenient. Anyway, you casting this or not, Fennec?
I'm gonna cast Mark as on like a headstone and be like nameless servant. I'm assuming it's just gonna place a mark on something and not actually mark a creature. Like
You cast Mark. Hey, Lawrite, can you roll me ! roll space 5 in chat, please?
Uh-oh.
What? A D5? What
Is
one
a
of us is
person
dying?
named Mark gonna be like, sup?
Yeah, you summon a guy.
The
Just a
skeleton
random
appears
dude.
and is like, "Hey, I'm Mark." Could you
Yeah,
marry
I
me
have a
again,
name.
please?
What is this nameless servant bullshit?
Okay, the number was, yes, a D5. A 4! A Vulpin man pops into existence next to you. Looks extremely confused and a bit scared. He is dressed in simple peasant garb. He has a tool belt of a blacksmith. And he's like, where am I? What's going on here?
Time to bury another one, I guess.
Gets the fucking dagger out and be like, alright,
No,
let's go.
please, I have a family.
Oh, hi, Mark.
How do you know my name?
I hate
Downey,
it
you
here.
have inspiration. Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not do it. I did
Did
not.
not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Sorry, what? Your name's Mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark
Where did you come
Swiftcouple.
from? Where were you? Where were you before?
In my house.
Where is your house?
I live in Brackenmill. Where am I?
Wow.
Start walking.
You're from Brackenmill?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Brackenmill.
That's very far.
Great.
Random-
How did I get here?
We're taking a survey right now of people from Brackenmill.
Are you happy with the performance of your local council?
Yeah.
The local council is, are the Shadow Mods. So how is their performance? Do you think?
Okay, I guess. They're all right.
Have you noticed any suspicious activity in recent memory within a week or so?
He looks at you like, what, aside from being teleported from my home in the middle of the night?
Yes, exactly. I just nod.
There's been maybe more soldiers than normal?
Okay.
You know what, Bennick? I'm just ignoring Mark. You know what, Bennick? That spell was actually mildly helpful.
That was actually...
Julio will turn
No.
to Mark and say, Mark, now you have a special mission. You have to come back and you have to spy on the soldiers. What are they saying? What are they doing? There's up to something not good.
Where am I?
That's not important.
You just received
right
a secret
now.
mission.
Well, it is, because I don't know how to get back if I don't know where I am.
Bennett, can you send him back?
Can you unsummon Mark?
What, you
Be
summoned
free,
me?
Mark.
Go
Again,
away,
it's
Mark!
not-
Mark
Mark.
definitely like,
I'm sorry to say, Mark, but now you are Bennick's familiar.
what?
No, but in all seriousness, how do we get Mark back?
That is a serious question.
How do I get rid of Mark?
We just made a magic kidnapping, and we're like, well, I guess we're hanging out with Mark. Can Mark be the new member of the party, please? Please, pretty please.
It's like,
I
how did you
love
get your
Mark.
latest NPC character?
I will
Oh,
take him
well.
on walks. I will feed him. I promise.
We've had this conversation before, young lady.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic so I can fucking figure out what the fuck is happening with Mark. Is...
Confusion mostly.
Yeah, Mark's very confused.
Is there still magic on Mark? Or has it just
Not really.
gone?
It's just sort of faded.
Jesus Christ.
If Detect Life is still going, he is alive. I think
don't
it
know
lasts
if
for an
it's
hour.
still going. Wow, that's a...
No,
that's a
it
lot
lasts
of-
as long
is
as
it
Detect Magic, so it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Is it a concentration
It
like
would be
Detect Magic?
concentration. So,
Okay,
yeah,
then I
if
just
you
go
cast
from
Detect
life
Magic.
mode into magic mode and go,
Yeah.
wow, first of all, I'm so sorry.
You aren't old enough to properly take care of a mark.
You can look up. You can help look after someone else's mark, and then when you're a bit older, you can have a mark of your own.
But I'm so responsible. I deserve a mark.
You are
For Christmas, please.
This is
You're
the
a
one I was
few,
hoping you would cast.
you're a few.
Also, fucking
hours
octopus
from
is so bad
Alderheart.
at concealing their identity. Jesus Christ.
It's okay. It's cropped on stream, so the
Yeah,
audience
yeah.
can't see them.
No. Okay. You're like a few hours away from Alderheart. Points at the tree that's like looming over on the horizon, probably still, because it's
Yeah.
huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
So-
use your eyes, Mark.
Oh, right. Where am I? Like, north of the tree? Yes, you were a bit north
Yes. Yes, you're north of the tree. I'm gonna give him 25 gold pieces so he can fucking buy his way back.
I'm gonna give him some
Bracken
food for the road.
We wouldn't happen to be going anywhere near Bracken Mill, would
of
we?
the tree. No, you're going in the exact opposite direction.
That's the opposite
Shit.
direction, man.
I'm so
15
sorry,
sessions
Mark.
away, Mark comes back with vengeance. And he like fucks us up, but completely. Like, you know, he's like 11th level warrior or some shit.
Okay.
How long does it take to get from
It's about a
Alderheart
3-day
to
walk.
Bracken?
Oh man.
Oh, maybe he can buy like a caravan trip
Okay.
to get to Bracken.
Can I? Shall I go or can I stay here for the
You
night?
can stay here for the night, and I'm not gonna let you go and then.
Like there.
I'm just gonna go get you a bedroll and some
Right,
food.
right.
You can have
okay,
you can
Mark?
have my bedroll. You can
Yeah,
have my
and you know what?
bedroll,
The fresh
Mark.
grave. Don't look at that.
Why would you point that out?
This was the last mark.
You
Yeah.
didn't have
This
to
was
Bring
our
me a
unnamed
new
mark.
mark.
Oh no, I'm gonna collect marks. I'm gonna have like a stamp, a little loyalty stamp of all the marks. I'm gonna summon with it.
This is your 10th summoning. Congratulations.
I get 1 mark for free.
Yes. Every 10
Can we
marks you get a
sleep and
Susan.
just go?
Yeah.
we
Right,
sleep.
You go to sleep. You don't cast water walking because you don't want to inadvertently summon like water with
river.
legs or something. So yeah, you
during
sleep.
during my watch, I cast water walk
Okay.
just to get it over and done with. What
okay,
a day!
yeah,
I'll forget this day.
Your the nearest water vessel, which I'm going to say is your
My water skin.
yeah, your water skin, grows a pair of legs, and begins wandering around like a chicken without a head. Just doesn't really know where it's
Uh-oh.
going. Just sort of
Oh,
bumps
no.
into stuff a couple of times. It lasts
I
for an
pick it
hour.
up and I hold it like I would a live ass chicken.
Yeah. It actually acts like confused at first, but then it settles down and allows you to just sort of hold it. Though
I
its
continue my
legs
watch.
never completely stop trying to walk. And after an hour, the legs disappear.
There, buddy, and I put my water skin back.
It's had one of the more
Wow.
personal experiences you've ever had with a water skin.
What a spell! Only knock on my
Marks.
first.
It's not Rick.
And every meeting is opened with, "Hi, Marks." Oh, hi, Marks.
Oh, hi, Mark. Okay. During the night, finally.
Sorry, I'm just.
Well,
very-
hold
I'm just
on. I didn't
very
have a
keen.
heart-to-heart with Mark yet. Let's not rush, okay?
Guys,
Remember the Josh fight? I just want to say, I remember the Josh fight of 20 whatever.
Yes.
I wanna in the future. I still have this book and put a 9th level spell into it and summon all the marks in the world and be like, you must fight for the name of Mark.
There can be only one.
Okay.
That's it.
Kesh,
Yes.
while you sleep,
Awesome.
you find yourself back in the black void.
Oh no.
But this time, the falling doesn't stop. And you are bombarded by voices of those you know, and those you left behind. You hear Eric.
Yes. You always held me back. You never let me take the lead, and look how wrong you were. You knew you weren't the right person for the job, and you took it anyway.
You hear Julio.
I gave up everything for you, left all I had behind, and followed you out into the world, and now look where we are. I can't believe I ever gave you a hash brown.
You hear Bennick.
The defenders would have had this mess figured out by now, since this you turned out to be. Trish would be so ashamed.
You hear another voice.
You sent us out there to fight and die. You didn't come with us. A leader leads, not skulks in the shadows. You left us for dead.
And then a huge, shadowy face looms out of the black in front of you. Barely discernible, but it slowly comes into focus, apparently scrutinizing you. After an age, it says, I was like you once. Small, unsure, enslaved to a system that benefited only others. A plan that was made to break my spirit and reap the rewards of my labors long before I was born. But I broke free. I threw off the shackles of that system and found the strength to make my own rules. That is all I wish for you, Kesh Glitterweave. I will save the humble folk, give them true freedom. You should join me.
I assume that I am able to speak back to this?
You are able to speak.
So when you say freedom, do you mean the sort of freedom where we have no responsibility or authority and just do whatever we're told and are free from making decisions and making mistakes and stuff?
No. Far from it. I wish your success, the freedom of all humble folk from bird folk oppression.
You got a funny way of going about that.
You cannot see the broader plan. Free yourself of your preconceptions, Major.
I'm sorry, I'm confused because you're literally trying to do the opposite of what you're telling me you're trying to do. And then you're telling me it's my preconceptions that are the problem, not that your plan is literally trying to empower the people that are trying to oppress us?
Everything you are doing is playing into my plan. It is all coming to fruition.
Is this guy gaslighting me?
You can make an insight check if you like.
Girl boss versus gaslight. Who wins?
Being gaslit by God.
Roll
the
it-
whole point
roll
of
it properly.
Christianity.
Oh, he went there.
Yeah. Wow.
13.
Where's the lie?
13
though?
plus your insight, which is like 6, I think. 19.
I don't have it. My character sheet's in the other room.
It's on the other computer. He seems... I mean, you're talking, you assume, I imagine, to a deity.
I assume, yeah.
And you definitely think he believes what he is saying. You also get a very masculine vibe off it.
That explains a lot.
Damn.
Patriarchy strikes again.
Yeah, you'll be free of the bird folk, but not the patriarchy. Sorry.
The patriarchy's very resilient.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 AC patriarchy.
Okay.
You can't hit that.
I wouldn't try.
Here's my problem. You're being all elusive and stuff. You could just tell me what the plan is and then I could, lean in instead of fumbling around blindly.
But where would the fun in that be?
What? It's not fun. People are dying. Mark's just been teleported across the country.
That was not my doing, though I grant you that was very funny.
Oh, yes.
So this is fun for you,
Not everything.
but watching me bumble around trying to work out what's going on is fun.
No.
Because you could put a stop to that.
And tell you who I am and what I seek.
Yes, you could reveal your master plan to me.
Have you considered, Kesh Glitterweave, that, as I have already said, you are doing what I want already? What need have I to tell you what to do when you're already doing it?
So you weren't the one who told me to stop meddling? Was that someone else? A different, deep, booming voice from the void.
He's not pausing, Josh is pausing.
Oh wait, that was me.
She got him
My
there.
bad.
No. I'm just trying to think of the way to phrase it. He says...
Whoa.
Thank you, Dan.
he says... what's the best way to put it? The correct nudge at the correct time.
Right. So were you lying to me then, or are you lying to me now?
In neither time was I lying to you.
Okay.
I have actually never lied to you.
Oh, see, people who say that are definitely withholding part of the truth. Here's the real question, though. Is this real?
This dreamscape you find yourself in, or this conversation with me?
Both.
Yes.
It is real.
But then a dream would say that, wouldn't it?
Oh, don't say that. I got enough to think about.
What matters more, the messenger or the message?
So the message is that I'm doing what you want, so keep going?
I cannot stop you. Sleep well, Cash Glitterweave.
Oh no, don't leave it like that, no!
Blah, 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 blah. Kesh, you awaken in the pre-dawn gloom. A cloak you were sleeping under knotted around your ankles and soaked with sweat.
Well, that sucked.
Mark has not slept a wink. And is sitting
so
across the fire from you, slowly poking the coals, and says, "Are you all right? You look like you were having a bad dream."
Oh, hi, Mark.
Mark.
You have inspiration.
Bad dream. Apparently the world's ending.
Gosh, that bad.
Well,
I thought it was just mine.
yeah, there's been lots of weird magical happenings of late, Mark, so if it's any consolation, this isn't the weirdest thing that's happened lately.
Oh yeah. Right, I see.
We are very sorry for blamphing you over here, though. That was rude.
No, your friends paid me for my trouble. Interesting story to tell the kids.
You have kids?
I do. 3.
3? Oh, lovely.
Yes.
And you're a blacksmith?
Yeah, in training.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, dude. So where is it you all are heading? I get the feeling this is some sort of military endeavour.
Oh yeah, we're off to the crest.
Oh.
And without wanting to spill the beans, Mark, if you find yourself in a position where you would no longer like to stay in Brackenmill, you may bring your family to the crest.
I see. What kind of... And this is the first time he actually gets, like, a slightly shrewd. He goes, what kind of situation should I be looking for?
Well, if you're feeling unusually restricted or oppressed, perhaps.
I'll go and gather them straight away, then. Do you have a need for another blacksmith up at the crest.
Oh, I'm sure we could put you to work. Blacksmiths are very handy.
I mean, I'm not fully trained. I came to it relatively late in life, but I'm pretty good with, bug shoes and.
Sharpen a sword or two.
I can sharpen a blade. I've never sharpened a sword before, but I can knives. Pretty good at making pots and pans, that sort of thing. Can't be any harder than armor. Well, I expect armor probably is a little bit harder, but I can try. I can learn. Quick study.
Absolutely. Hang on, and I'll write him a little note that will basically say, this person comes with the trust of Kesh Glitterweave, or words to that effect.
Love
Basically, if this guy turns up at the crest, he's cool, I owe him one.
You.
Give him a job.
He and me and Bennick particularly owe him one.
Yeah.
But
this is Mark. He's a cool guy.
he's all right. Be nice. Very well.
I wonder if I can bifrost him faster to break. Hey, Avium, I know I made a big mistake. Just get this guy.
What's his name? The
Mark.
No, the guy who can see everything.
Ravanya.
Ravanya.
His ass off if he's watching.
Yeah, message Ravanya and be like, "Hey, Ravanya, could you send Mark home, please?"
If you want, you can do that.
It's our
or
best friend,
one
Mark.
of the others.
It's my best friend Mark.
It's my mate Mark. There was
This
an
guy
incident.
called Mark. He's great. Can you blamf in and blamf him home, please?
Yeah, just like
Bennick, you would actually be aware that whilst it's a little bit unusual to do it outside of the avium, accidents happen. This wouldn't be the first time within the avium.
You know what I
Not
fucking
necessarily
like?
an abduction, but
Dude,
Yeah.
we never asked for help from Rivania in this whole time, but now when Mark is on the line, like, hey, bud,
poor Mark. No one ever thinks of Mark.
not Mark.
Mark,
Look,
please stop.
if
doing
it
that.
if
I'm
it's
sorry.
like
I'm sorry.
if it's like a normal ass thing, Ravanya would be all smug and be like, I don't know shit, be like, bitch, you know, but you're just not telling us. But this commoner deserves to fucking live.
Ravanya let this happen. Mark was destined to cross paths with us.
Yeah, Rivania is at fault.
Yeah, Ravanya.
Yeah, it's Ravanya's fault.
How many times can you cast that spell? Can we just make an army of Marks?
Once
Yeah.
per day.
March back with a bunch of marks ready to throw down.
I have been, guys, I need your counsel because I have been told in the past that I am not that wise.
What? You just
Gonna
cast
do
spells
it
you don't
again.
know and summon a guy.
Yes.
Well,
Army
you
of
have to
Marks.
know. And knowing is by doing. That's how I learned in the avium.
Okay. What exactly
And then I just
are you
learned
proposing?
abjuration because
sense.
I undo them. I know this spell now, I guess, summons Marks as a prank. Like, people named Mark, I'm so sorry. We just new spell who this. But
No, it's all right. I understand magic.
yeah.
Pesky
I
thing.
wonder
No,
if
we
it's
could
the
spread the
closest
word of
Mark.
what's. We could spread the word of what's happening by summoning marks and then
True.
sending them out into the wood.
I mean,
Four corners of the world, marks,
so
go.
that could be really irritating because it's. I don't think it's the nearest mark, and I'm no genius, but you're closer to Alderheart than you are to Brackenmill, and I'm
Yes.
very confident there's at
There's
least,
at least
one
one
guy
guy
called
called
Mark
Mark.
in Alderheart.
What if it summons this specific mark and no one else?
What if it only summons you
Who
to the
hurts you,
location,
Mark?
not the altitude?
Are we level with Brackenmill where we are?
Probably roundabout. I don't know that. I don't know anything about magic. Sorry, that was just my crazy imagination.
I'm
You
sure
just
we
wouldn't
can
want to be
catch them with a
pummeled with
ferrofall.
marks falling from the sky.
Have you ever thought of being a writer, Mark? I think you have a very vivid imagination.
Well, blacksmithing is a creative job. you
Good
see.
for
yeah.
That's good for blacksmithing too. Okay, so my conjecture was just that I might cast this again, but I guess after talking it out, and that's what this was for, I probably should not.
I think
So we
that's,
gave you advice all this time.
I would counsel against it.
I think
Thank
in
you,
an
thank you,
emergency,
Eric.
if you really needed an extra pair of hands, you could justify summoning a mark.
Don't even know. if I
That's
can.
slavery.
It is,
That's
but we
nothing
can't
in
pay
slavery.
them.
I mean, if he pays for it, it's not. I'm not like 100% happy with how this went down. I had stuff I had like. Honestly, actually, my mother-in-law came to stay yesterday, so I'm not that. It's
Oh no,
the
but
worst.
you left everyone in
I
your
know,
family there.
I adore my mother-in-law, so it was really sad for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Right.
like, I'll get back, and the missus will go, "Where the absolute hell have you been?" And I'll go, "25 gold pieces, baby." And all will be forgiven. Don't worry about that. Like, it'll be okay. I will make sure
What
I
if-
got the missus and her mother a nice present.
What if this summons the mark that needs it most? You know? What if next
Ooh.
time a mark is in dire need of help and we just yoink him out of a dangerous situation?
In 2.5 weeks, I've got my daughter's dance recital. If you want to try it,
We got
it's-
you.
it's
2.5 weeks, yeah,
it's
sure.
18 days away.
18
about
days,
1
yeah.
PM.
Let me
1
put a note
PM.
down. 1 p.m.
We got you,
Washington
bud.
time.
Like, regardless of where you are, really. 4-day walk, yeah, sounds great.
I
Sounds
love
peaceful.
this
Love
guy.
Okay,
This
1 p.m.
guest spot brought to you by Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that we
it.
have
You've got to ask who Octopus is yet. Come on.
We don't care anymore.
don't
We
have
love
to
Mark.
say octopus. Otherwise, I would be like, bam, octopus.
Yeah, but octopus isn't a spell that could be humorously misinterpreted.
Shit, he's Mark.
So Mark turns around and says, "Well, guys, it's a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Bennick. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Julio, Kesh, pleasure. I'll see you at the
If
crest,
you-
maybe."
If you need somehow, oh yeah, the crest also, and any abjuration-based problems, you let me know. Send a mail
I'll send a
to
beat.
either the crest
Yeah.
or yeah.
Do you need any, like, I'm heading to Black Mill, obviously. Do you need any post sent?
You want to
Don't
send
know
another
anyone
letter
in
to your
Brackenham?
granny?
Did you already send it, is my question, because I don't recall you sending it.
Imagine
yeah,
Mark rolls in.
That was my intent. Was
Okay.
that I?
You'd already
because
sent
we
it.
were out.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Ooh.
cool. Mark heads, and
Bye,
doesn't
Mark.
deliver a letter to, Sustopus. It's a
All right,
flower
long
puss.
rest.
You have a long rest. You,
Thank God.
you level up officially. You return
Yeah.
to...
Yes.
You return to the tree subtly. You come in, and as you're actually coming up through the tunnel, you have to pass through Gabby's workshop. And Gabby looks up. It doesn't look like she slept, but she is standing over a pretty neat-looking bow. Bennick, what would
Whoa.
the bow look like? She says, "What do you think? It's called the Thunderstruck."
Oh,
Nah.
No? Why
I
not?
mean,
it's fine.
it's your you made it, so yeah.
But
I
please
respect the
describe it.
name.
What would you like your bow to look like? Because it can look like that.
Well, it used to be like a wooden bow. So imagine the blue steam elemental gem is kind of embedded under where like the arrow would be notched,
Sure.
and its energies kind of like are flowing in between all the like the crevices of the wood and all the striations that are just like naturally in wood.
Yeah.
The
grain.
yeah, the grain. The string, like it looks normal, but as like it's being pulled back, or like you just like make a little strum with it. it glows with that same blue tendency.
Bennick, the Thunderstruck is in your inventory.
I saw
I have
it.
not equipped it. The Thunderstruck is a it is a modified vicious longbow, which is a rare item that does thunder damage, and when it crits instead of normal damage, and when it crits, it does 7 extra points of thunder damage, which Bennick may choose to have affect all creatures within 10 feet of the target, as well as the target itself, if you want. If you choose that, the blast also creates a wave of sound audible to 300 feet.
Nice.
So it's a subtle as bow. When you fire it, the arrow disappears. And when it strikes your opponent, when it strikes the target, it reappears as a flash of lightning and a quiet thunder strike.
Na 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 na.
Yeah.
No.
Only
Nice.
if it hits its marked targets, yeah. And Anonymous Gifter, thank you very much for the sub, you bloody champion. Good on ya. Oh,
Okay.
Thank you.
bless you.
Was it the witty Marcusisms?
It was gifted to Octopus, so yeah.
Go
Probably.
Octopus.
Does the arrow also disappear? Is it like, does it create arrows?
It doesn't magically create arrows. You still need to provide
That's
one.
fine.
But when you launch it, the arrow disappears. It lightnings over there. But there
Oh, it's
is
just
no
so fast. That's
there
cool.
is no visible trace of where the arrow came from. Is the point? You can't.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the
That was what
intent.
you wanted. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah, I was
opposite
like,
of
I
a
was reading
tracer.
over it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, did she forget about the whole?
She did her level best. Yeah.
Thank you.
But
this
she managed
is
to bind a fair
great.
amount of magic into it. She says, I'm glad you like it. I might have a snooze, actually. I'm a bit... but if you don't mind coming around in a few hours, you and I can work on the amulet.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna attune to this.
And where, basically, I figure you guys... It's taken you a good 4 hours to get back there, so it's probably about sort of 10, 11 in the morning. I figure Bennick spends a fair amount of today with Gabby working on the amulet. It won't be done by tonight, but it will be done by tomorrow, probably. And then you guys can go and see Deep Fur in the evening.
We can.
So the only question I have left remaining is, what do Julio, Kesh, and Eric do with their day?
I imagine Kesh would spend it kind of making sure everything in the secret hideout is organized properly, that everyone knows what they're doing, that there's a guard rotation set up, that the duties have been divvied out, that they've worked out how they're going to get supplies.
Sure.
Basically, that everything is set up to make this place a functional secret hideout. That we're not going to wake up one morning and find that we have no potatoes for the hash browns.
Oh, heaven forbid.
That would be tragic.
It would be tragic.
I also have a question. Karen, did Cash tell us about her horrible dream?
Ooh. I imagine if one of you had found yourself kind of more or less alone with Kesh, she would broach the subject.
It would
Busy.
probably be Eric.
Well, I don't know. The local council is here, so...
He's not anymore, right? 'Cause we-
Actually, if I like the way I'm imagining this playing out, Cash is basically just doing a once-over of everything. The place is now fairly, not deserted, but very empty by comparison with what it was a couple of days ago. For the last couple of days, rather. Basically, it's welcome 2 squads of Wildwood Brigadiers, Gabby, and you guys. The squads are either sleeping or working, pretty much. To guard a place of this size requires all of them working in shifts. I'm just going to... can you go shout at the dog?
Quickly, it just occurs to me because his name hasn't come up. So just before Gabby went to sleep, I'm gonna ask about Havel and see if Havel and the rest of the tenders left.
They did, yeah. Havel left you this. Sorry. And she hugs you.
I hug her, not because she's hugging me as Havel, but because of what she's done and she's exhausted. So I'm actually going to give her a proper full-bodied hug and rub the small of her back a bit.
Aww. Cool. Yeah.
And say thank you, Gabby, for everything that you've done for us so far.
You're welcome. Thank you, Eric, for everything you've done. You've made a big impact. You've been what the wood needed.
Oh.
You all have. She looks around at you because I imagine this happened before you all went in. So then Kesh did a bit of did the rounds and made sure everything was where it needed to be. Silky has done her usual excellent job of making sure you've got provisions for weeks. You are all set for at least 2 months. And in this process, you would find Julio in the kitchen, making sure it's all stocked, because Julio has appointed themselves the head chef. That would be the opportunity for Julio to provide any sort of counseling needed. What would Eric be doing? I don't really know. Eric doesn't have sort of a set task in the group for downtime.
Eric would probably be primarily tending to the shrine, but also because he's the one person that can, apart from Gabby, who can really like do anything within the tree, he's probably also doing the rounds to make sure that everything is structurally fine,
Sure.
and potentially making things more comfortable if he has that luxury.
All right, so the question very much is, Kesh, you can ask, but you can decide if you would choose to confide. You could encounter both Julio and Eric, and if you would tell either of them, you can.
I suppose
This is like Otome game.
I think she'd be more likely to tell Eric just because
They've known each other longer.
We've known each other longer, and also he has more kind of magical, creepy experience.
Yeah, true.
So yes, if in their rounds she would pause and talk to you, and you'd probably change some inconsequential banter, and then Kesh would kind of fall silent but not leave, just kind of stand there awkwardly.
Is everything all right? I've noticed that you seem a little more tired than you usually are, not very well rested.
So you know how I heard a voice at Viscar's altar?
Yes.
It spoke to me in my dream. Actually, you all did. You said some quite hurtful things, and then it told me that I was doing exactly what it wanted me to.
When a big, ominous, booming voice is telling you that you're doing exactly what you wanted to do, usually that means the opposite.
You think?
Trust me, if you know that's the same for my grandmother.
Because it says that we're working towards the same thing, but it doesn't feel like it. Possibly it thinks that we are, but
Didn't you say that yesterday it told you to stop interfering?
yes, I actually did bring that up, and it said I was told what I needed to be told at the time.
It seems like it is trying to fill your head with misinformation. What I would suggest is you keep doing what your heart tells you is right. And if this really is an all-knowing, all-powerful deity, then there isn't really anything that we can do to stop that anyway. So you may as well do what feels right to you.
That is oddly comforting, Eric. Thank you.
Very well. The evening comes around.
There's one thing I
yeah.
wanted to do, if that's okay. The reason I asked if Kesh tells us or not is because at some point Julio would visit the shrine and try to pray.
Oh, sure.
And yeah, because he doesn't have too many details, he will just like try and pray for the Alderheart to like protect people living here, so that whatever happens, they're looked after.
Okay. Make me a religion check.
That's really sweet.
Okay. It's a natural 20. It's 22.
Oh my god. Julio.
Julio's a cleric now.
Yeah.
Julio, describe this. How do you do this?
Yeah, so Julio would be very awkward in the beginning because he was never the praying sort. So he would just like wander in and sit on one of the Joe Bean specific chairs, like at the bar Eric and Julio made together. He just like smooth it down with his hand a little bit and look all around him and like close his eyes and a little bit and say, I don't know if you can hear me. And I'm not sure I'm doing this correctly, but there's a lot going on, and there are powers far beyond my imagining that are, doing something sinister. And we're gonna do our best, you know this, but I feel like all the people living here who don't know what's going on, they need your help. And, I saw your beauty, I saw your power, I know you can really protect them. So please make sure that everyone will be okay.
Julio, is your eyes closed?
Yes.
You feel a warm hand on your shoulder.
Oh. I open one eye.
It's very bright when you look. Not like searingly, but it takes a moment, like if you had your eyes closed for a little while, and you look up and you see a vaguely humanoid figure made of white gold light. Its hand resting gently on your shoulder. It doesn't have any features. It's really just, it almost looks a little like a vaguely, like a humanoid starfish, that sort of thing. No features at all, really. And it is definitely looking at you. You sense contentment and approval. Its feet join the ground, and you can see the light that it is made of is coming out of the tree. It spreads its toes like roots into the meat of the bark itself, and you hear a single word in your head: promise. And then it slowly fades back in. It sort of like sloops back in. Julio, your druid craft is now a permanent ability. You can do it as many times as you like.
Oh, nice. Am I about to become a druid?
I don't know, man. Triple classing.
I've never done that. I've never done that in my
I
life.
have.
But that'd be so fucking cool. Or cleric or druid, something like that.
Yeah. So, that was a fun interlude. Glad we did that. Right. So, that evening.
Yeah.
You go to the Golden Horn. It's a very upmarket
actually...
establishment. I'm sorry, Octopus. We're getting to you. I'm trying.
No, the octopus is great.
The octopus is happy. He's having a great time.
Look at that face. He's certainly not.
He's pissed. There we go.
Yeah.
Happy octopus. Yeah. You go up to the Golden Horn. Do you go in disguise?
Yes.
I'm in spider form on someone's shoulder.
Spider form on someone's shoulder. Bennick.
Yeah.
Wearing Mark's skin as a cloak.
Oh.
What?
Summon Mark to de-skin a Mark.
Again?
No.
Why are there so many bones? Release the Kraken! Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, got disguised by Julio.
Alright, so
Okay.
Julio does the disguising again. I think this is becoming so routine, I'm not going to get you to roll for it anymore. Julio and Kesh disguise everybody. Julio, do you disguise self?
Yes, I'm gonna look like Mark.
Excellent. Excellent.
Love it.
You are nowhere near as tall as Mark is, but otherwise, yes, you look like a short, like a real unusually short Vulpin.
Yeah. It's a skin condition. Don't
Not
laugh
a
at me.
child. He is actually like an adult, but just short. And you head into the Golden Horn. It is, as I say, a very upmarket establishment. Rather than a band on the stage or a bard, there is a string quartet playing a sedate waltz. The tables are spaced distantly enough from each other to allow privacy for the diners, and the staff is exclusively bird folk.
Oh, that's how you know it's super posh.
Yeah. There is no bar, but it is all table service, and you are shown to your table by a strange bird folk with webbed feet and a waddle-like gait, short, broad paddle-like wings, and black and white plumage. Seated at the table, with their back to the door, is a smartly dressed Vulpin who, when you get a good look at him, Kesh, Eric, and Julio recognize.
Hi.
Oh, I'm so shocked.
Tavernish Fox,
We knew.
you son of a bitch.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, this is a lying liar who lies.
So an
I am
excellent spy.
offended. And by goodness, you four have had a hell of a couple of days, haven't you?
Was
that-
Wait.
Planned jumping out of the tree, writing a manifesto on the sky.
Would it be less cool if we said it was?
Well, I just think you're the most unorthodox spies I've ever seen.
Interesting coming from you, because aren't you like a career criminal?
What?
I dabble. It's been a while. How are you all doing?
While they're having this civil conversation, Julio will like turn to Bannock and whisper,
This is the guy that tipped us off about the secret tunnels in Larimer's office. He also did not mention that he was there to steal shit.
I whisper back like, oh,
If only one of you had message.
When we...
oh, fuck off.
I could cast it, but we're already whispering, so why the fuck not?
I am also deep fur.
Yeah, we kind of figured that.
I just wanted to make
Yeah.
it very clear.
Cool. I don't know if Speaker Beta communicated, but they are no longer in the Alderheart.
Would they have communicated that to me?
No, they would not have. You were given a letter, Kesh.
Oh, I will slide
from
it.
Beta.
I will slide it across to Tavernish. They left you a note.
I read the note.
The note basically says, Deep Fur, please consider yourself in the employ of the Major for the remainder of our contract. She is taking my place as the lead of this investigation.
I fold it back up. Well, it seems I'm at your disposal, Kesh.
Well, Mr. Fawkes, I'd love to know what you have uncovered so far.
Oh, I can give you a quick rundown.
Also, the dinner is on Beta, so it's on her tab. So if you want to order something, like
Oh my
the
God.
servers do come out and pull back chairs for you and stuff. You are seated. Napkins are placed on your laps, and all of this is done before you have this conversation.
Just so we're clear, I'm a spider on Kesh's shoulder.
Correct. So the table is set for 4. You're missing out on one of the fanciest meals you've had in a long time that wasn't cooked by Julio.
I will smuggle some of the food out for Eric to eat later.
Get a doggy bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a doggy bag for Eric. Fancy places still do doggy bags, right?
How do they do fancy raw things?
We can use one of the oysters as a little bath for the
They
spider
do
to chill
fancy
in.
fancy raw things actually. Oysters, for example.
How
can
far
order some
away from
sashimi.
the sea?
Saltars Point, about 3-4 days travel. Yeah.
This is another salty fish surprise situation.
It's not that bad.
Salted licorice liqueur if it's going.
Drinks orders are taken. There you go.
Anyway,
Kesh like orders the most expensive wine on the menu.
I have a Bloody Mary.
You certainly can. Right away, sir.
I hope that the staff are being appropriately deferential, even though
They are. Any fucking humble folk who can afford this shit, yeah, they are very nice to you. Particularly if they don't recognize you, like, wow, they must be important.
Yes, we're very rich and important.
Oh, we've lost Brendan.
Oh no!
No, it was Karen actually.
Ooh.
Karen's actual.
Yeah, I'm
it's
still here.
Karen.
Hey, it's back! There we go.
Is it?
Oh.
No, it's not.
Oh no, sorry.
Alright, hang on.
Hello.
Do you want me to go check off?
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna go check off my feed.
Tech goblins, guys, today. Jesus. I mean, I could... No, I really want this to be sorted.
So, Julio, this is when I met you guys for the first, well, you for the first time, and then you guys said that, like, Kesh and Dad were being seen by different people, like, in quick succession, and I was, like, not the first one. Was this the guy you were talking about?
Oh yeah, very sus. That's why.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason you seemed so sus to me as well.
Oh. I just start scowling in Fox's
Scowl.
direction.
I'm
We just sit and
quite
scowl.
offended. I will have you know I am very straightforward. Anyway. When is... There we are, there's Cash.
Hello.
Right, shall I...
Please do.
And I begin eating
Info
my...
dump.
I begin eating my fried octopus. And I was investigating for the speaker for about 10 days now. I recently uncovered some links between council member Sobel and the Silverleaf family. Now, they're the people who own the warehouse where I originally found the entrance to that temple. You might have heard of some of these austerity measures, these reforms that they've been trying to push through. I have been trying to look into their dealings a little further. I've followed them across most of their daily routine, and I found them frequenting I hesitate to call it a tavern. It's called Shillout's Sequestery. And it's, I suppose you'd call it a spa up in the branches. I haven't partaken myself, but from what I've seen in my ventures, it's somewhat untoward. And Sobel was rarely there alone. They would often head into the back rooms and speak with members of the clergy. There was one I recognized, Viscar, I believe it was. Other than that, I found a connection with another figure, a raptor in a cloak who comes to see Sobel at least 3 times a day. Always the same person. But sometimes I see them visit and then not depart, and then visit again. So I believe they are exiting through possibly secret tunnels that we have yet to identify. And that is what I have been doing.
Can I make a clarification? Rhythm. Oh, by the way, everybody, this is Rhythm. Rhythm in the Mind, the original player of Tavernish Fawkes, the fantastic Mr. Fawkes, who has, he's a recurring occasional character. A small clarification. You did not see him meet Viscar at Shillout Sequestery. You're conflating two different pieces of information. He always goes to the evening service at the temple, where Viscar is the high priest, but he rarely sees Viscar there. You have witnessed him often stay late at the temple after that and speak with other members of the clergy. On other nights, though, he does go to the sequestery to see a mistress.
That is Sobel. Yeah?
That's Sobel. All of that was Sobel.
And one question. This is just in general, so I remember. Fel, who is a nasty piece of work, that is a raptor in a cloak, correct?
In a cloak, yeah.
So we assume that this is Fel, and we know that Fel is more than one person.
You can describe them if you like, and Tavernish would confirm, yes, that is the guy.
Okay.
He's dead, though, right?
Well,
One of them is.
Oh.
was the person who cursed Trish a raptor? I'm trying to remember.
You didn't see the person.
Yeah, but Trish described it, right? Oh no, she didn't see the person.
She didn't see anybody, yeah.
Okay. So you just knew it was like a hooded figure.
She doesn't know anything. She didn't see it. It just was there. It was attached to the on a wine glass. You have a little identifier, basically
we scribed on them with the value, but we didn't.
That's right. Yes, I apologize. Yeah. And yes, I believe they were a raptor, but I don't think they look like Fel.
Okay.
Jeez, Manic, not all raptors look alike.
Yeah, wow.
You say to an actual
A
raptor.
Yeah.
Mr. Fox, I have a question. You mentioned a mistress. I'm a mistress connoisseur. Is there anything more, any more details on this?
What? I kind of just slow head into.
Do I have any details for the discerning mistress connoisseur?
Yeah, she is a masseuse, and yeah, she works at the spa. Shilat's Sequestery is quite a famous location. Eric would definitely have heard of it. It is fancy to the point of, like, ludicrous. Bennick, you've also definitely heard of it. I imagine Dan remembers that's the place Nevermore wanted to go.
Yeah, and the actual...
And it was closed.
Yeah, you got spa blocked.
Yeah, but like Helvig and Trishan that actually got there went there once with Smoothie, I think.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. And without Nevermore, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But
they're for sure gonna lord it over his head.
Yeah, it's a different kind of dungeon, Tony. Yeah.
But cool, yeah. So I don't know. Bennick hasn't been there. Yeah.
But
I just
yes,
know it's famous.
But you would have heard of it because Nevermore would have told you about it. He would have waxed lyrical about it. The type of mistress is he probably met her honestly, but like but it's the sort of place that massages do end with a happy ending often. And
you could pay extra for that.
Yeah. Initially, that's probably how the relationship started, but he started going there twice weekly for his weekly massage, and he now sort of
gets discount.
Yeah, no, there is no discount involved. He maybe has the mates rates or the frequent flyer points, but there isn't a particular discount. He pays for the service.
It's the kind of affair where he thinks it's even.
Yeah, frequent flyer
kind
because he is a bird folk.
Yeah, it's the kind of affair where he thinks it's mutual. Yeah.
Yes, he thinks she likes him.
Yeah, because she wants him to. And Tavernish, you have gotten that point. Like, you have gotten that impression. He is not her only customer.
Yes.
But he does not know that.
And I am... A performer can recognize a performer.
She is an elegant Corvan woman named... an elegant... Luma? No, he's not. It's race for race. He is I want to say Gallus. I believe Sobel is a Gallus. So she is an elegant Gallus woman. I think he's a Gallus. Yeah, because there's a Strig, a Luma, 2 Gallus, and a Raptor on the council. There is no Corvum on the council. Yeah, he is.
They're the secret police.
Yeah, they are the secret ones.
Julia. She's a Gallus.
Fancy lady.
Dancer's physique. Wonderful singer. apparently a phenomenal masseuse, although I never watched to the end for obvious reasons. From what I understand, or from what I've gleaned, he's quite taken with her. It's not mutual.
We can use that, I think.
So she might be open to a bit of extra coin on the side for information?
I expected it'd have to be rather a lot. He's a steady paycheck.
Well, maybe not for information. Maybe for taking a day off.
Wait, are you suggesting? What I think
Yes.
you're suggesting, like you're gonna
yes.
be in her place. with
You
your-
I have
realise
nimble fingers.
you realise he might expect you to do more than massage him.
That's for later. What important is he's going to be alone with a person he trusts in that room. That's a perfect opportunity, guys.
Are you as tall as a Gallus?
I mean, in my head, I am.
I love this plan.
Look,
It's like,
I'll be honest.
my darling, you've gotten so short.
An illusion usually breaks by being touched. It's very easy to discern by being touched. And this relationship, there is a lot of touching involved.
Yeah, it might not even get to it. Like, he comes in, he starts to undress. I'm like, oh, yes, baby. And then we grab him and we
just-
fucking, something.
It's just an in-depth massage, though.
Time to share and
sure
give him a
Julio
different sort of
can do
massage.
it.
I'm just saying, that's where he will be alone without any guards and is there for a while every time. What is better?
Ah.
We don't have to, get into his house. We can wait for him to come to us.
How long does your disguise last?
An hour, but I have 3 ways of casting it. I can do it 3 times. So 3
Okay.
hours.
Okay. Well, that would work. I mean, his visitations with her tend to last 3 hours.
I can't help but be amused at the idea that we would get to the councilman by bribing his mistress to take a day off, and then Julio poses as the masseuse but doesn't actually issue any massages because we're going to interrogate him.
It would
Hell
be
yeah.
very in keeping with your modus operandi.
I don't know whether to be offended or flattered by that comment.
There is such a thing as subterfuge via audacity.
I like that. That's our motto. Subterfuge via audacity.
Lizelle just got a 17 for tying someone up Shibari style.
Nice. She knows what's up.
It's pretty defender-like.
Grab him by the balls. Tony, wow. Jesus. He's a bird.
Oh my god.
Birds have balls,
The
right?
cloaca then?
I've got a cloaca.
Get right into that cloaca.
You have no idea how hard it is to tie someone's hands when it's mostly feathers.
Okay.
Says Forks.
Right. So when is he next planning to visit his lovely lady friend?
When is he next planning to visit his lovely lady?
It's Wednesdays and Sundays, I believe.
It's Wednesdays and Sundays, I believe.
Asia Pacific time and Tuesdays everywhere else.
And what day is it today, DM?
Bishop Blood, please roll me a D7 in chat.
Bishop Blood has advantage if I remember correctly.
He does.
Yeah.
So you can roll it twice if you like, Bishop Blood, and we'll pick the better one. A 3, that would be Wednesday.
But that's
So he's
today.
just
that's not
been-
good for
That's
us.
not what you want.
So
No.
he's just been.
He's probably there right now.
Yeah.
I don't need that mental
He
image.
does take her out on dates as well sometimes, just FYI. Like, it's not just...
If I may be honest, though,
Please
I
be.
do have an objective of my own here.
Oh,
And
I
I know I'm
assumed.
I
Yeah,
know
you
I'm
always
at
do.
your disposal.
Hey, it's
Thank
Tuesday!
you for your confidence. I am at your disposal, Kesh, but for me, the next step is getting into Sobel's home office. And the reason I've come here is because that is not a one-man job. Now, I have contacts of my own in this city, but the ones that are available are not those that are geared for stealth. So I made contact with you.
Right. A plan comes to mind, my friends. If we know when Sobel is going to be with his lovely lady, we know when he's not going to be in his office. And honestly, flipping his office before we interrogate him is probably a good idea.
Yes.
Even though I'm the one proposing it. So, if it's tomorrow he's going to be seeing her, we could break into his house tomorrow, do a little reconnaissance, and then when he's next, then we have a day or... Wait, it was Wednesdays and Fridays?
It's Wednesdays and Sundays.
Wednesdays and Sundays. And then we have till Sunday to make contact with the lady in question and convince her that Sunday she should probably tell her boss she's got a horrible headache.
She doesn't need to tell her boss anything. She just walks out the door and comes back in 5 minutes later smelling a bit different and a little bit shorter.
Yep.
Maybe smelling of hash browns.
I imagine smelling a bit different is a bit of a common...
This is not our first time with you on the same quest, Mr. Fox, so you gotta be upfront with us. What exactly are you looking for there?
Evidence.
Oh.
This is a member of a deeply corrupt system that is trying to bring down essentially the entirety of the Alderheart. I'm trying to burn this bastard.
Oh. Expose his shame to the world, so to speak?
Does it look like he's telling us everything? Because I don't fucking trust this guy.
Tavernish, you can make an insight, Julio. Tavernish, you can determine the result of it.
Okay.
I didn't say, but I'm hot garbage.
Can't, Julio.
7.
Yeah.
7.
He's a fucking bard. I can't
As a
get
spider
anything.
sitting on a shoulder, can I do an insight? I can
You may.
participate this way in this conversation.
Sure, you may. I did think Brendan had been really quiet, then I remembered, yeah.
Yeah, you're a spider, you can't say anything.
Well,
Wow, I rolled a natural
Against-
one. Fuck me.
Rippy.
With a 9.
We trust him with our lives.
He seems legit.
I don't. I was told he was sus, so
here's
I'll
the
never
thing.
trust him.
neither of you rolled high enough to beat my natural persuasion, which is +8, even before rolling. And once this dice finishes going, I'll tell you what I just rolled.
It's taking a while.
It's gonna be natural 1 and equal with.
It is!
Yeah.
Insight.
Wow. The
Did I
hubris.
still beat you?
Yeah. It's an opposed check, so yeah. Eric,
So you got-
maybe
So only the
distrust.
insight's the aggressor and meat speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's equal, so you don't beat me.
Well, so here we go. Here we are. In which case, is Tavernish being completely truthful?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therein lies the trick. However, you would get, Eric, I would say, that Tavernish knows a bit more about this guy than you do. Like, already.
Yeah. Yeah, I communicate to my friends that I trust him, and I do a little wiggle.
By vibrating.
Aw. Little.
The classic spider wiggle.
Vibrates
Yeah.
trustingly.
I suppose, Tavernish, the question is, given that while we obviously have aligning interests in this, if shit goes down, what would you be inclined to do?
In all of this,
Well, let's say we're in the office and we are discovered. Are you a running man or a beat the shit out of the guards kind of man? Or
I am a make things very confusing kind of a man. I don't fight I mean, I can. I just don't tend to. I find a large and powerful illusion directly in front of someone's eyes gives you more than enough time to get away.
Fair enough.
That tends to work for me. But if I was in there and I wasn't alone, and the rest of you were cornered in a way that I couldn't get everyone out of that, I would do my best to support you. I have been hired by more or less the most powerful authority in this city, being paid a not insubstantial amount, and I'm being advised that my best way to seek my goal is to support you wholeheartedly, so I intend to do so.
Okay. I suppose, like, I'm not going to judge you if you would choose to save your own skin. I just would like to know in advance. Or would that sort of...
Tavernish gets quite somber and just looks you in the eye and goes, I'm not going to run. I don't really have that much to live for.
Well, that's
Wow.
morbid.
Well, that's a can of worms. Okay. Noted. Do you need a...
Hudia gets a little awkward after that because he was very mistrustful and kind of shit talked the guy. So he'll like get a little closer and cast Druidcraft, and like a little leaf like dances in his palm and say,
For what it's worth, I don't know if you're like a faith kind of guy or not. I wasn't before this, but I will tell you, the Alderheart is on our side. So even if not for the money, this entire place kind of relies on us. So you're doing a good thing.
I'd like to hope so.
Are you a man in need of a secret hideout to hide in, or do you have your own, I suppose, hideout?
Well, surely they have their own.
I assume you have.
If they
I
were as suspicious as
do,
you say.
but I'd be
yeah.
interested to see what you have going on.
Oh boy, you're not going to recognize the joint.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Cool. Well, Keshu's happy to bring Tavernish back to the secret hideout, given he actually fucking knows where it is anyway, so...
He doesn't know it's been re-inhabited, but he actually didn't know it had been burnt down either, so...
I'm good
The player
to...
doesn't know either, but by context cues, I'm assuming they've done a lot to that temple we found.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
That religious experience Julio had in there, that was in there,
Yeah.
and it didn't look like the evil temple that it was before.
Yeah, we've
It's
given it a
been
real
literally
makeover.
set on fire, burnt to the ground
So
almost.
it's now the nice kind of
It's
subterranean
almost the
cultist temple.
beginning of a new religion, so it is sort of a cult temple
So
still,
it's a
actually.
cult temple.
Yeah, it's a cult
but
temple
a good
temple.
cult.
Like your cult.
Every cultist says.
Cultception.
Yeah.
Our cult is different. Our cult is positive and will
Our
never...
cult's nice and would never do anything bad.
Ben
Our
is still
cult-
trying to follow the conversation because he felt like he missed something quite deep when the mood changed, but he wasn't sure what it was.
Are we the cultists?
Guys, are we in a cult?
And I turned to Julio and I do find the distrust a little odd.
How so?
Well, if I remember your history correctly, Kesh there was a bandit.
Yes.
All you know about me is that I stole something once.
Well, I suppose the trick is I'm technically reformed. Technically, I am sort of being a criminal again now, I suppose. Depends what angle you look at it.
Fair enough.
Whereas I don't actually think Tavernish lied to you about, like, you just didn't ask him the right questions.
Yeah.
Technically
That's the
being
reason.
employed by the Speaker of the Council.
I mean, like last time, Because you're like, lying liar who lies about... I was like, yeah, he didn't tell you he was there to rob somebody, but you didn't ask.
That's why Hoodie is so salty.
Salted. Yeah.
And I think he
I
did tell you that.
did say that.
Yeah.
I said that exactly and up front. I'm just faintly confused because right now I'm basically literally a state-sanctioned spy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, obviously I trust you because Beta trusts you and she seems to have reasonable judgment. Of course, if you double-cross us, I might kill you.
I think that just goes with the job.
Pretty much does. Particularly at this stage, I have a vested interest in getting out of this whole experience alive.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I presume we're, trying to keep a low profile considering that you're not supposed to be here.
Yes.
You
Well, she
kind of
currently looks
staged
like
a
a-
public walkout of
Yeah,
what,
that's
the
why
entire garrison? Or
Yeah. That's why I look different than usual.
She currently doesn't look like a Mapatch, or indeed her portrait. She looks like quite an attractive Vulpin woman, actually. Julio's getting real good at making Kesh look like a russet, not like a brown furred, not orange furred, but brown furred Vulpin. Yeah.
And Julio is also a little Vulpin, but very short. It's like
a man.
it's like the beautiful lady and her like ugly husband. That sort of situation.
Oh.
my goodness,
Mark's
he looks-
Mark's
he
not a
looks
bad
just
looking
like
guy. He's just short. Now.
Now.
No, it's bad looking because it's like when you like resize a photo, but it's like
Yeah.
the
He
features
looks
are
I
like
feel
now.
I feel like it's more like
Crunched
a
up.
red panda situation.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's cute.
What?
Very cute.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone want dessert?
Oh,
Wide
yeah.
Vulpin
Yes.
and her sugar nephew. Hey, Ro.
Way to
He
drop
is
it.
not suspiciously good looking, just good looking. He's an 8.
Just good look.
Yeah.
Okay, so
probably
guys.
an 8.1.
You're cutting it close though.
I snapped
Yeah.
my fingers and I ordered the single most prohibitively expensive item on the menu. Not as a side, mind, as a large sharing platter.
Of course.
Nice.
Sir. Of course. And the penguin runs away.
One
again.
caviar souffle.
Oh, talking about salty fish surprise.
It's all about salty
It's
today.
Hiscalia caviar too, which means it's floating.
Yeah, and it's huge. It's only 3 of them.
It's lighter than air. It's delicious. You can actually
It's effervescent.
see the expression on its face. You can see the expression on its tiny, fetus face as it dies.
Wow.
Lovely.
Wow, way to make that horrifying.
Eric is vibrating disturbingly.
Yeah, I would.
I think that goes
I
without
will
saying.
not eat the fetus. Thank you very much. I would love to know what our next
Then-
step is, though.
I mean, we ordered it already, so
You don't know how to eat like the upper class.
Return of
Yeah,
eating babies.
sous
Yeah,
vide.
Bishop Blood, we just can't get
I-
a fucking way
I
with
prefer
it.
hash browns.
I would like to order whatever the fancy restaurant equivalent of like crispy potatoes is.
I was going to say like a Knickerbocker Glory, like a massive, in this huge glass cup, this huge glass container, ice cream just piled on top with cut fruits and vegetables, half of a melon, so like most of a brazier for Julio, topped with
Actually-
a cherry, whipped cream, that sort of thing.
Can I order one singular hash brown to check if mine are better?
Yeah, you may.
oh, it's a matter of pride.
Scalped potatoes.
Yes,
Ro,
I'm a
would
chef.
you mind rolling me in chat? Exclamation mark. Yeah, Julio, call it. Exclamation
like
mark,
us,
roll space
A
Two.
2.
D10.
Call, no, 2. It's
Ah,
a D2. Pick it. One
2.
more highs or lows.
Fuck. Okay. Highs. Mine are high and fluffy
Yours
and
are
beautiful.
better. Okay, right. Highs. So, roll highs
shit.
or lows. Exclamation mark,
Roll.
roll space 2.
Roll shit,
Right.
please.
Come on, Ro.
Thing is, it's not a menu item, so the head
Two.
chef has to make it personally.
The hash browns, yeah, this is freshly made because it's not the dinner service. But they bow to any request. So, yeah, unfortunately, well, no, you called 2, so yours are better. So you were right. Yours are better.
Oh, mine are better.
You called high, and it was high. Sorry, yeah.
Mine are
Yeah.
better.
Julio can die happy now.
Out it comes.
Yes.
Julio, it's pretty fucking good, but it's not as good as yours. You're like, look, guy gets an 8 out of 10 from me. It's pretty damn good, but I've tasted better because I'm making it.
Yeah. Mine go with the sauteed mushrooms on the side. So
It's missing the MSG. Yeah.
True.
Julio's backpack is like mostly mashed potatoes and a big bag, a big
And a
big
sprinkle
jar
of
of MSG.
Yeah.
I imagine he
Dabbling
makes
of
them in a
monosodium
toaster.
glutamate.
Yes.
All right, marvelous. Eric could have been a part of this, but like, let's. I think so.
What a shame.
You take Tavernish Forks back to your super secret hideout.
And if they don't give me a
Yeah.
doggy bag, I totally am smuggling food out of this restaurant.
You can order extra and have it packaged however you like.
Oh yeah, I'm ordering some takeaway.
So you go down the menu with Eric sitting on your shoulder and say, "What do you think about this one?" And when he vibrates, you order one of them.
The
and
waiter's like, what the fuck? Are they asking you opinions of a spider?
I very openly pull
They-
out some Tupperware and just start ladling things in.
the Dead Sea
It's
Tupperware.
made out of leaf matter.
Yeah. It's very good. You can tell because when it opens.
Will not break.
Will not break it, bro.
Brooke.
Cool. I think, basically, the only question I have left is, Eric, what do you order?
Something vegetarian. I think. This is the first time in 3 seasons that we've talked about what we eat.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
think you
weird.
get like a
What
vegetarian.
do you eat when transformed into a spider?
No, he's having it when he turns back.
It would take a
He's not
long
a spider
time to
forever.
eat it.
Yeah, but let's
Yeah.
be honest. Right now, he's hankering for hobbits.
Yeah, no, while you're wild shaped, you keep your mental stats. So
Yeah.
Eric is within his
Not
right
stupid.
mind. Yeah, so like probably mushrooms and maybe like insect shaped mushrooms and berries and beans and stuff.
Dinosaur nuggets. Very
Yeah,
well.
it's impossible bugs.
Yeah, cool. Love it. Impossible bug souffle. Cool. You take Tavernish back to your super secret hideout. And, actually, you know what? Do you want to give him the tour?
Me?
Well, all of you.
Yeah.
Because Tavernish doesn't, like, Hugh doesn't know. Rhythm doesn't know.
I feel like
Study doesn't know.
I feel like Eric or Julio should do the big description of the.
Yes, please do. So yeah, it's mostly stuff Tavernish hasn't seen, particularly as you enter through the market, which is your main place of egress, which is currently a back alley in the market, in the Canopy Markets, with a shadowy corner that there is a secret latch to the door. Eric, are you still opening and closing the passageway manually as well?
It's up to you how we have to do it.
I
will do
you
whatever
can do
is
it
necessary.
You can do it twice with every casting of plant growth.
Okay. I guess I'm doing that then. Yes, okay. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to start speaking to Gabby about a more spell effective, spell efficient way of doing it.
Getting her to sort of work out a bound casting of it that she could like install on the door. So you press the flick the switch and it works. Yeah.
The other thing I'm going to do, as well as speaking to her, is in my downtime, I'm going to commune with the Alderheart to see if it can help on its end.
Oh, sure.
Ooh.
Okay, good idea. Cool. So, they take you down, Tavernish. Your recollections of this, the tunnels were carved from the tree. It was not grown, it was carved. They had dug and cut their way in. A lot of it, and the law has advanced significantly since then. It is considered extremely poor form and, in fact, immoral to cut in the way that they did into the actual heartwood of the tree. All the buildings, or the vast majority of the buildings within the tree, are in the bark, not in the actual heartwood of the tree itself, which is very bad for the tree. So they all stick to the outside. However, places like the Grand Temple were built long before that was really a rule, and therefore are still very much in that, but are very carefully monitored and made sure that they are structurally sound.
As I recall, that law was changed when an entire city district fell from the sky.
Yeah, exactly. A branch just dropped off, which makes sense. So it's very much not done anymore, and it is very much within the tender's wheelhouse to make sure that it doesn't continue to be done. Continues rather to not be done. Yeah, the tunnels here are not the same at all. No trace of the fire that they mentioned is left, though the whole place was burnt. And now the walls are smooth and natural. The walls have a bark-like texture, and the ground is mossy. Within
it's regrowing.
Yeah, it's definitely regrowing. Down one of the passageways, you find essentially like a house worth of rooms. A couple of storerooms, a communal bed chamber with 7 hammock-like growths out of the floor. Like they're not hammocks really, they're sort of large bed platforms with a slightly concave top and a very like a corky texture that looks like they would be quite comfortable to sleep on. There is a bed, there is a kitchen chamber, and then there is a large, fairly broad passageway down to the temple itself. And Julio or Eric, please describe.
So I would have turned back from a spider to get us back into the tree. So I don't know, like as a spider, I would have been like on the back and somewhat subtle, so I don't know if Forks would have noticed me before now, but I turn back into Eric and say hello, let's go.
I mask my surprise expertly. Actually, performance.
Roll for it. Roll dissembling. Deception or performance, whichever is better.
Do I get to roll insight against this?
You can. 26.
Damn.
From Eric.
That's big insight.
Tavish's performance is, I think, a +10, but
+11.
+11. Jesus.
Damn.
So he needs a 14.
Now we wait.
And now we play the waiting game.
What I like that Forks and Eric are
13.
basically matches for each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
You really need to start rolling better. As it stands. Hello again, Eric.
Yes. Eric, if birds could smile, then Eric would, just slightly.
I think the corners of the mouth can go up and down. Beaks don't generally bend, but I think there's a fleshy bit where the face joins the beak. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this universe, they've got
Disturbing.
a flesh
Yeah, unsettling.
Yes. So yeah, we take you for the tour so far, and then we get to the passageway leading to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I hope you like this. Hulu and I have been working with the Alderheart, and we take you into a shrine that moss is all over, as like a carpet, and there are seats, couches, stools, somewhere to sit for any kind of humble or bird folk. There are perches, there are chairs with tail holes in them, there's backless stools, there is a shrine with a symbol of the Alderheart, which looks like Yggdrasil, and it feels really welcoming. There's like stained glass leaf windows, and it's a cozy little place. Am I missing anything, Daria?
The food corner? Did you
Yeah,
mention
we have a snack bar, but that's it.
the snack bar in the corner? A lot of natural treats, berries and fruits and nuts and such. But yeah. Yeah.
Working with the Alderheart, you say?
Well, I'm a tender, so it's kind of in my wheelhouse.
I love it. It is beautiful. Genuinely.
It seemed appropriate because what was here before really seemed like the antithesis of what the tree is here for. It's here to give shelter to all of its inhabitants, not
While
just the
Eric-
ones who can fly up it.
While Eric talks about this, Julio is in the background doing like the Ang thing where like with a little balls rolling, but it's a little leaf. Like he's constantly druid crafting like like this. Like check this shit out.
You felt yourself a little bit more empowered by it. Tavernish, please make me a religion check.
All right.
On the cult, dude.
Excuse a moment while my internet inevitably lags out.
Yeah, that's all right.
All the tech gremlins tonight.
It's just the load of one extra player.
It's just like,
and yeah, you can feel this is not your first experience of feeling a massive living being observing you. Tavernish. Ooh, filthy 20.
There we go.
You feel the same. You feel Yes?
I'm going to stop you for a second there. When I said my internet was going to lag out, I wasn't joking. I didn't hear anything for the last 20 seconds.
Is it now good? Can you hear now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, right. So, this is not your first time communicating with a huge living being, or being in the presence of one.
That was very much the connection I was drawing.
Yeah. I feel like you take a seat in a chair that seems custom made for a Vulpin of your stature. And it almost feels like the chair welcomes you as you sit. It conforms to your shape a bit. And you get the feeling of welcome, of approval, and of sorrow.
Can I try something?
Are you asking me or them?
I'm asking you.
Yep. I'll never say no.
Also them, I guess. Eric, may I try something?
Sure.
Okay. And I lean my head forwards against my hands, almost in prayer. And just a gesture. Sort of a half shrug. And I cast Major Illusion. And around me, in a sort of a 20-foot sphere, I'm not sure how big that is in relation to the temple, but
about a quarter of the total floor area.
Just these. It's not a solid image. It's nothing concrete. It's like hazes in a dream. Flashes of hallways, the patter of children's feet, laughter from somewhere close by, and running through it all, the low musical hum of whale song. and trying to conjure as close as I can just a sense of companionship, a sense of community, and how that is tied into a space.
Very good.
That's beautiful.
You have inspiration.
Hope is gonna come out and start singing along with it.
Hope being Eric's fire elemental Tavanish.
Yeah, I don't know if Forks saw Hope last time.
I did not.
May well not have. Yeah, you were a bit cagey with him, I think.
Hello.
Hope is a small
Are you
phoenix.
responsible for the fire?
It depends which fire you're referring to, but not the one that burned this place down.
Good.
This is Hope.
It's nice to meet you.
It's so beautiful. I kind of I am very tempted to summon a mark just to witness it.
Let's go. Yeah, bring him back. I miss him.
Well, it's not guaranteed.
Do you want to
that mark?
Do you want to bring a mark, some random guy, into your super secret hideout?
Hey,
Yes.
Mark might be a dickhead next time. We
Might
don't
be
know.
a bird folk mark. You don't know.
I'm so
We
glad
still
you're
have a
here.
shovel.
Draws knife. Unfortunately,
I was
you've
so
seen this
hungry.
now.
Fine, it's fine.
I needed a new pair of eyes.
It's basically summon skeleton. It's just got a little extra.
A little fleshy bit on the outside.
Liver, kidneys, all gallbladder, all the bits. It's all just skeleton plus.
Summon skeleton, summon heart, summon summon circulatory system. That's
See,
a
what
total.
No one ever casts summon circulatory system. It's weird.
What would have been really upsetting is if Summon Mark just summoned a Mark, but not necessarily with all his pieces in the right spot.
Yeah.
Summon
It's
heart.
a make your own mark kind of
Yeah.
kit, you know?
Anyway, Trish very much could use summon heart. Summon specific heart though, otherwise, it's very OP spell. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. That was splendid.
That was lovely. Nice.
Tavanish, you have inspiration for that. That was lovely. Cool.
That
I
being
love
said,
how-
I just lean my head down and try and, I guess, speaking to the wood of the floor. Hello, you grand old thing.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
You hear the tree. Yeah, the room reverberates with a creaking of a tree swaying. It doesn't seem to. It doesn't. Not a word that you can understand, but a feeling of reciprocation.
I just pat the chair I'm sitting on. We'll get there one day.
Eric's had conversations with this thing.
Eric's like, yeah, I talk to the tree all the time.
But it nearly blew his brain out. Julio said
I got
one word to
word.
him. Yeah, one word, and Julio is still sane. Anyway, that was lovely, guys. Thank you so much for coming and playing Rhythm. That was really marvelous. Rhythm will return next week, unless he gets busy. For some super sneaky getting into Sobel's house, maybe pretending to be his mistress, I don't know. I love that plan. Glad I knew to prepare for it.
I'm not sure if he swings that way.
Yeah, well, look.
We'll see.
We're not sure about Julio either. No one is sure about Julio.
Could all five of
Keep him
us pretend to
guessing.
be his mistress?
Yeah, who he picks is up to him, you know?
Yeah,
it's
just
a
cover
lot.
all of our bases.
So, I think it's time for favorite moments. I have no shortage of them. I'm so excited for Benix, but there are 6 of us now, so I have to use a D6.
Ooh.
And I am on the table.
Oh no.
I would be number 1 in this instance. We work around the circle.
Okay, so I'm...
Okay.
Oh,
Number
Karen
6.
you can't
We are
fudge
talking
it.
about. We are talking about Tavanish first. Talking
wow.
about rhythm first. Mr. Octopus himself. Guys, and chat, if you have your favorite moments in chat, please, it's just a 6, Tony. If you have favorite moments for rhythm in chat, please throw them up as well. It's a short but excellent session for Mr. Octopus. So, yes, we will do that now. So, favorite moments is something we like to do at the end of our streams, where we, and yes, the next will be Kesh. Thank you, Tony. So, let's talk Tavernish
And
first.
just a point. Credit to the dreaded GM for the idea.
Yes, absolutely. This is where we stole it from, but we're not the only ones. We're not the only ones. The Eldritch Scribe, the Lawrite, they all do it as well. It's very popular
We're
now.
spreading it like a plague of compliments.
Pay it forward.
It's the best type of compliment.
Yep.
All right,
Let's have
I'm
a
gonna
play,
start.
Go on then.
The whale song illusion at the end
Yeah.
was beautiful and really did a good job of ingratiating Tavernish with the group, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about that, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Such a tsundere.
I like the casual law drop. Semi-cash. It wasn't super
Semi-cash.
cash, but like the I don't have much to live for line. I know because Rhythm was good enough to tell me his backstory, but
Yeah, Kesh can't
That
let
was aimed
one
at you,
slide.
Dan.
I have no idea what you're talking
Please,
about.
that's not my responsibility. He had an opportunity.
No, he
and
did.
not
Dan
take it.
always. Dan offered me, and I turned him down, and it was stupid of me. But I actually have really enjoyed finding it out. But however, it is handy to know, and yeah, it was really cool. It's a nice. It was not overdone. I think it was really well played.
I love the little flourish of bringing the traditional Tupperware to the fancy restaurants. Like, oh no, I always bring my
I always bring
Tupperware.
Tupperware.
I'm across this.
Yeah.
Nice little detail there.
For me, it was like him actually calling us out on being suspicious of him for no fucking reason. Like, he's like, what exactly? And like, he's absolutely right, because Kesh was a bandit, Julio was a pirate, and like, where do we get off on like actually saying that this guy is
Eric
sus?
was a fucking hippie.
The worst.
God,
Bennett,
why am I
Bennett
here?
Yeah,
eats
don't trust
people.
them.
Dead ones.
Lovely distinction,
Summoned
thank you.
skeletons into the middle of forest for no reason.
Dragged Mark halfway across the country.
No.
And Mark, don't get me
Tavernish
started
doesn't
on
know
Mark.
I saw
That's
this.
Yeah. Reasons
Fair
Bennick is cancelled. Dragged Mark out of his bed. Oh, and also he kills and eats people.
No, don't cancel me.
no, mostly the Mark thing.
Tar Lord. Yeah, bandit, pirate, cannibal, and Tar Lord. That's
I
actually
can
my.
get behind Tar Lord.
That's my law firm. Yes.
It's like,
Your
hello,
law
you've called
firm.
Bandit, Pirate, Carol, and Tarlord.
My
That's
favorite.
Tar Lord is Eric's online handle.
Yeah. It's hyphenated,
69.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tar Lord
X,
69.
Lord. XXX. My favorite Tavernish moment is before you arrived, and then there was just an octopus and made gestures just on screen.
That was funny.
It was great. Nobody's mentioned it, and I thought I should acknowledge it.
Your favorite moment was before
It was before
I
you
rocked
got
up.
When he wasn't here, how great that was.
Everybody else was taking all the stuff that you were there for.
Yeah.
I acknowledge
I
that you
was
were
gonna
say-
without your face.
I was gonna say I liked the patience of rhythm, because that was a long
Yes.
time you had to wait. There was a lot of fucking around. Who could have known that we would do so much fucking around?
You just hear Josh.
I'm
In
just
the
saying.
evening.
Yeah, no, he was lying on his couch. He was very comfy.
I would have fallen asleep probably if
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh man, I totally would.
It was a very entertaining listen, though, just letting you guys fuck about, so I imagine it wasn't too hard to stay conscious.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, favorite self moment, Rhythm.
See, now you can't say your gestures because I claimed that.
Got him.
Nicky.
I have another.
I was gonna say interacting with the Alderheart, but that's been taken. So.
Well, not exactly, but yeah, I would say so. Not very few of the people here were in that particular. Actually, no, most of you were, weren't you? Yeah, Daria and Dan were here for the last time Tavernish spoke to an enormous thing. Yeah, Tavernish had a meeting of the minds with a Hiscalia in his very first ever appearance. And it bumped his charisma up by 1 actually. Yeah, he got a straight 20 on charisma from that. Because I didn't plan on him being a recurring character, and then it became really fun. And
I used the story of that. I used the story of that Hiscalia to stun Korvax Ravania.
Yeah, he's met Korvax Ravania himself and told him a story good enough to let him escape with his life.
Korvax Ravania is like the
lucky.
most gossipy piece of shit.
So,
Korvax Ravania is that one Discord mod.
He's not
He
modding
is.
anything.
He sees all.
He's not modding anything yet, but he does see all. Yeah. He heard that, yeah.
He just sits
Yeah,
up and he's
good.
studying and he's just like, well, really?
Someone's been talking shit
Well,
again.
I've just been kicked.
Yeah. Looks like no one's helping you with your next mark. Right. Well, that's splendid. Thank you very much. Just crime things. Let's talk about Cash. Favorite Karen moments.
Well, I have one.
Oh yeah.
The absolute like comedic timing of like, hold on, I'll be there in just a second, and when I get there, and she's like floating down. That was very funny to me.
For me,
Yes.
calling the voice in the void on its shit.
Yeah.
Just going,
She's not
yeah, mate,
impressed.
you're not impressive. I've heard this from guys before. Just you're played out.
It's like, wow, way to just sing from the same hymn sheet, Void.
I had nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah,
The man
I'm
was just
late.
inside of me.
I'm playing 20 steps ahead of you at all times. God, like every wannabe player.
True.
Yeah, the major is coming is an obvious threat. Yeah.
I'm
I
drifting
have-
slowly down from above. Fear me!
I have a few, but the obvious biased one was the conversation with Eric about the dream, which I'm sorry, Dara, I kind of muscled my way into.
That's
You
all right.
prompted it, and I'm like, no, it would probably be Eric actually.
No, of course it's me.
No, I'm Kesh's best friend.
like, oh,
No, I'm
wow,
Kesh's
the
best friend, and so's my
drama.
wife.
Guys,
But no,
you
that
can all be
was-
my best friend.
It was nice. It kind of reinforced their existing relationship of the confidant, and the kind of giving each other reassurance. So
thanks me, I
that
guess.
was nice. Yeah, that was my favorite Daria moment, was when I stole her scene.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keeping this group of maniacs together, says Bishop Blood, that takes skill. Yeah, regret giving you a hash brown. Ah, that was rough. Yeah, that was a my line though. I actually wrote that
Yeah.
for Julio.
Josh sent it today. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
something's coming up.
everybody out of context received a single line saying, "Please say this in this voice," and then I was like, "Wait, I've got a rhythm. I could use a fourth. Excellent." And I didn't give any of them context except rhythm because it didn't matter. So rhythm knew what was going on and nobody else did. Thank you all for rolling with that. I had no doubt that you would, but yeah, I really quite enjoyed the 3 responses I got to it. Brendan received his first and went like, "Oh, okay, interesting, very interesting." Then Daria sent me back the eyes that are looking like, okay. And Dan didn't send me any response. He just told me before everybody else showed up. He's like, "Oh, message received, got it."
I like did a thumbs up react and be like, it is what it
He does
is.
all this bullshit all the time. This is, I think, the first dream sequence in this campaign. I don't think I've ever done it before, but it's common. It's part of the course in All Flocks and Fire.
It is.
We love a good
Oh, there's
dream
another one.
sequence,
Let's
that's
go.
I do love a good dream sequence. There was going to be 2, but then you did a thing.
There were some hurtful things
there
that
were
were
some
said.
Yeah, proud of those.
Like, Kesh
Yeah.
was trying not to let that distract her from, like, sassing the booming voice.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh.
My favourite Cash moment was her conversation with Mark in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Telling
That's
him,
good.
yeah, we can always use a, like, yeah, he's calmed down a little bit and he's actually sort of flipped and reversed it. And, yeah, he's now like, you look like you had a really shitty dream. Oh, I could bring my kids to the crest? That sounds cool, I guess. Yeah, shit's getting fucky. All right, why not?
Mark is suspicious, dude.
Mark is not suspicious enough to be attractive.
Mark is sussy flower.
Sussy
Yeah,
flower,
sassy flower.
Mark is a cinnamon bun.
Karen,
Yeah, too pure for this world.
favorite self?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the conversation with Eric as well. But that's kind of already been said. What can I say that hasn't already been said?
It's the problem with having
We
a
can
sixth
double up.
person. You can double up. I don't mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
All
if it
mods
makes you
will
feel
be
better, I
recruited.
haven't said mine, and I'm still trying to find one that I was like, oh, all the easy to grab ones are there.
Yeah, low
I've already
hanging fruit.
taken. I'm trying, like.
You are a
deep,
low-hanging
it's been a
fruit.
while.
Your mum's a
Oh
low hanging fruit.
my.
Lamau got in.
Oh.
So is my wife.
Oh. My favorite Cash/Karen moment was the like mini existential, like, whose plan was this?
Yes. Actually, who
wait,
came up with
whose
this?
crazy idea was this?
I feel like Eric.
Actually, that's what I was trying to think of when I used it, because I kind of forget that Kesh has Druidcraft because I don't really use it because, you know,
Yeah.
there's other
Yeah, I
members of
didn't
the
know
party
that.
do that.
I was like, oh yeah, she does. She's druidic warrior fighting style.
Yeah, so I get Druidcraft, so I quite enjoyed actually getting to bust that out and leap from the tree in like a flurry of flower petals. That was
Yeah.
pretty dope.
She also has mending for the same reason.
I do
think.
have mending,
Yeah.
but again, I don't really get a ton of chances to use it because there's like other druids hanging around.
Yeah.
But that was fun too. I like making a grand exit.
Void, that was you. Cool. Alrighty. Let's talk about somebody
So
else.
I want to throw in an extra
Oh, yeah.
thing. I had written down trying to recruit Mark as well. I thought that was actually really interesting and really like genuine. Of like, hey, well, since you're here, we can use this to our advantage.
You can use a blacksmith.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting.
And also just that moment of not just trying to fix a screw up in terms of sending him home with some cash, but showing some pretty genuine care for the common folk by, oh wait, here's a guy who's about to be seriously affected by everything that's going down. I'm just going to try and keep everyone in front of me safe
Yeah.
by, you know, giving him a place to go, giving him recommendation.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It's like
Actually-
fucky.
This is
Showing
actually a
some
very
pretty
good
genuine care.
storytelling bit. Like, it was accidental, but in a way, this is a good like reminder of like, hey, like the normal
normal
people
people.
also exist. Yeah.
It's
And
yeah.
some of them are named Mark.
and an inordinate
unfortunately.
number.
Very
well, I just
expertly planned foreshadowing and narrative
Of
device
course.
DM.
thank you.
Mhm.
I am.
Good
Um,
job.
I mean, I did put it in there
Thank goodness we
deliberately,
rehearsed
but-
this.
Yeah. Well, I just rolled a 2. We're down to only 4 people left, so I rolled a d4, and it's Dan. Let's talk favorite Bennick moments.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump in straight away, using I'm just going to work my way through the book. I'm just going to work my way
Hell
through
yeah.
the book. Your reaction to the summon skeleton was probably my favorite, but actually, no. For a single moment, so I don't take loads and loads, cuddling your water bottle.
Cute.
Yes.
It was cute.
So cute.
It's like it was like my pet duck.
Yeah.
For me, something that I really liked was him like crying and like digging the grave while we're just like chill talking about our magic items. He's like, oh boy.
I'm so sorry, whoever you
I
are.
didn't even get to
Yeah.
eat you.
Bennick's
Shadow
gonna
Cube of
Bennick.
Center Skip. Yeah. Shadow Cube of Censorship, says Bishop Blood. Yeah, that was very good.
Personally, we are conducting a survey.
Yes. Yes.
And Mark's like, the fuck is going on?
from Brackenmill. I'm like,
Oh no.
I was like, oh shit, that's Eric's family. Get out.
Run. Yeah.
Just taking the go-to excuse of, if you don't have an excuse, grab a clipboard and look busy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If he was wearing high vis, Mark would have totally gone with it.
if I only had my avium robes, those high
Yeah.
vis abjuration sashes.
Oh, you don't? You don't have them?
No, he's not currently wearing them.
I'm not wearing them right now
Yeah.
because we're running around town and stuff. I do
We're in
have
like
them.
disguise and shit.
Other favorite selves?
By the way-
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes.
This is unrelated question, but speaking of avium, are you still on their payroll? Like, are they at all worried that you're like inciting a revolution?
No.
The last time he spoke to somebody
Not in
there,
the
he
sense
said,
of, like, a
"You stay
payroll."
away."
Yeah, they told
No,
me
he's
to-
a student. He doesn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't being paid. He's a.
He's
student,
paying to
okay.
be there.
He's a graduate. It's in that. It's that
I'm on,
weird
like,
area where.
PhD.
Yeah, he would be. It's part of the master's course that you teach some of the like first years and stuff like that. So, but it's not paid. It's just part of your learning that you pass
Yeah.
on said learning.
I see.
Yeah.
Fennec is currently doing his PhD, his thesis in inciting rebellion.
Yeah.
Going
That
well so
wonderful
far.
part of your education where you are paying to be an employee.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Good
an
times.
unpaid internship. Yeah, Rusty's on
Oh,
the
it's
level.
paid, but
surely.
in
It's on the level.
reverse.
Yeah,
Rusty
yeah, it's
may be
paid
on the level,
in
and
reverse.
don't call me Shirley. Any other favorite Dans?
Yeah, I have a favorite Dan rather than a
Well,
favorite.
that's my
Fennec.
favorite Dan.
I shouldn't be made to pick.
Yes. Korvax Ravanya is the most gossipy piece of shit.
True.
Yeah.
He is,
He's
though.
fucking bitch.
It's true though. It's true though.
Resemble that remark. Cool. Dan, favorite self?
I haven't
sorry,
I
Karen.
haven't got it yet.
Oh,
I loved the description of your bow. That was lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Just know
I was like, it's not going to be elaborate, probably.
no, I don't think it. And Gabby would have gone with what she thought your style was, which is not like you're not a fancy boy, yeah, but yeah, you're like cool but practical.
It's a very elegant sounding weapon.
For a more civilized time.
No, that's Julio. He's got the lightsaber, and he actually does. It's a dagger, but it's a lightsaber.
I think my favorite moment is kind of because we didn't fucking plan this at all. Kind of like mid-fall orchestrating, like, by the way, stick with me. I won't be able
We
to
just
save
blindly
you
trust.
again.
Stay within 60
The
feet or you're
force
gonna
may
die.
And
That
Terminal
whole exit
velocity is the
was-
perfect time to make that kind of call.
Whose
Yeah,
plan was this?
that whole plan was such a clusterfuck.
To be fair, with how much we're planning all the time, we never like think it through all the way.
We get like
Yeah, it's a good
75% of the
thing.
plan and then we just wing the last 25%
I'll figure it out.
as we're
Often
full.
literally.
I think you just described Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Frankly,
Yeah.
the fact that they stick with most of the plans they do is weird.
Yeah.
It's very helpful to me
Yeah.
because I can't plan it out. But yeah,
Our
that's.
plans actually survive contact with the enemy. It's refreshing.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. All right.
Moderate.
I'd also like to say that that's the seen one. An unseen one was going through that list and going, probably. I hope he doesn't cast this again. This might go horribly wrong for his psyche, but here we go for you guys.
No, that was great. All right, let's see. A 4 on that dice would be Eric.
Which one is?
Favorite Brendan. Brendan.
Oh,
It's okay,
I have to
yeah, you
think
got
now.
some of my name.
Yeah.
I really loved specifically, you know, if they are a god, then they're like too powerful for you to really go against them, so you might as well do what you think is best in your judgment. I can't remember the exact words you used.
It's good
It
advice,
was
though.
really well worded
Yeah.
and a good piece
Yeah.
of advice for someone who's being tormented in a void.
Yeah.
Like, look,
yeah.
if they really are that powerful, then, you know, what are you going to do? Just
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
what you think is best. And I'm like,
A really
really
good
advice.
Yeah.
Just don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I love
My moment was tiny.
you.
Fucking vibrate trustingly or whatever you said. That was funny as hell.
And then later vibrate
Disturbingly,
disturbingly.
Yeah. I liked both the instances of deciding whether or not to trust Avanish. And once it was like neck and neck, you both got crit fails, I think, to convince each other.
Yeah.
And the
Both
second
have the
time he's like,
exact same
I'm on.
modifier.
When you're exactly the same, when you're the same height, however, Eric appears to have the measure of Davanish. Yeah, insight battle. Yeah, I enjoyed. Yeah, the way that you played that was like, hey, I'm also here and have been the whole time, but you didn't even say that.
You implied it.
I also liked it's more of a Brendan moment, the idea of getting Gabby to maybe manufacture a magical way to close the door properly. Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, because you've been asking basically every time, like, I'm gonna have to use a fucking third level spell slot every time we want to come and go. We need to figure out an option.
Need a better system.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
It is
That's
very
how- that's
Particularly if we're
but-
gonna be here for a while.
Yep.
And this
I have two
one
now.
might be a bit biased. But I, as Tavernish, I liked meeting Hope. That
That was
was
cute.
my favorite Eric moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan, you
I'm-
keep trying to go.
Don't worry.
I'm
about
like
it, 'cause I'm just
trying
thinking
trying
now, I'm
to
like,
think.
Brendan, is awesome.
Daria,
And
shut
I'm
up.
just gonna talk through
No,
it.
I'm just trying to find a reason to
This is
talk over
what Dan
Dan.
Yeah.
Is
does.
trying
He lurks
to
in the meat space.
capstone the tour. That was awesome. The tour
I
of
just
the
wanted
temple,
to
it was
interrupt you
great.
for the meme, dude.
I also liked.
Daria, shut
when-
up! Dan's complimenting
oh
me.
my god.
On his birthday as well.
Oh my god. And
And
hugging
also,
Gabby.
Daria.
That was cute.
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry,
Sorry,
what was
go
that?
on, Dan.
Well, I didn't actually hear.
I said both of them. Go back on the vote. Ending that tour with your description.
Yeah.
That was like first part Josh, then you. That like getting it described again. Like I know that it was first time for rhythm. That was beautiful. And equally as beautiful, but in a different way, was you hugging Gabby and your reasoning for that. It was wholesome. Wholesome stuff.
Cool. Favorite self?
Uh,
Gabby hug was cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. I'm glad I thought to ask about Havel because his name hadn't come up in a few sessions. So I'm glad that check-in led to that moment. But probably my moment would have been around the campfire with the ring. Magic item chats while Benix rebearing a skeleton. Because I'm like, I mean, look, if I wanted to talk to animals and insects, then as a druid, I can do that.
You can do that. Yeah.
And I'm glad that Julio ended up with the ring.
No, Kesh
no,
has it.
it wasn't. No, it was Kesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kesh
I'm
has
glad that Kesh ended up with the ring.
it. Oh,
too.
I see how you really
So
feel.
am I.
You're such a liar.
Bishop Blood says, I really
yeah.
think simplifying the mechanism to require Druid craft will be cool. Druid gang, rise up! Mage pranks, my man. Yeah.
Favorite. Yeah.
We've only gotten to the middle point of the mage pranks too. Cool. All right. Highs or lows? Highs is Daria. Lows is me.
Highs.
Highs is Daria.
Hey!
Hey.
Which means I
Well,
still
don't
go
all
last.
at once, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love that Julio needed to check that his hash browns were the best.
Yeah, that was
And I
cute.
love that they were.
Yeah. I loved Daria's plan to impersonate the mistress
Yes. My
rather
goodness.
than what I thought was obvious and what Tavernish did with it was so now we know he's not going to be in his home for 3 hours. We could go and like flip the place. Or no, you could dress yourself up as another woman. Of course. Why would that not be the first place your brain goes? Yeah, I thought that was... But it was a neat idea. It was one I had not considered. I'm like, that's cool. I like that idea. It's just... Yeah, it's also very... It's very Julio idea. Little baby open.
My favorite Julio moment was saying to Forks, the Alderheart is on our side.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely.
Was a nice line, and yeah, it was part of you. This lead into you leaning more into the nature side. If there is a cult to the Alderheart, it's not Eric leading it.
No, it's Julio is the high priest of Alderheart. Absolutely.
And I really like that was sort of Julio's natural response to hearing someone say that they kind of have no will to live. Was just like, dude, you're doing a good thing right now. Isn't that a will to live?
The tree likes you.
The tree thinks you're great.
Yeah. Was very cute. I have another, but any others?
I also
Yes?
have a couple. The first one, oh no, they're escaping the train of thought. They're just like, and see ya. Oh no, fuck, come back. The first one is a recovered one. The avatar thing of like, haha. Druid craft.
If I'm honest, my favorite Daria moment was in chat. Because I think that's you, Daria.
Zadasha, yeah.
Who has
Yeah, that's
been
me.
essentially roasting me the entire time.
That's Daria.
Roast everyone,
Yep.
to be fair.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not. It's you're not special, but
I fundamentally enjoyed it. It kept me very entertained while I was Octopus.
Yeah, no,
The multitasking
Yeah.
of Daria, just, quips on stream, in chat, all the time. It's impressive.
Listen, I aim to burn. I aim to
You
burn
do.
and I aim to humiliate. Myself included.
but what's
I
the
would
thing?
roast you, but my mum says I can't burn trash.
Oh!
oh,
The big trick with Daria and her roasting is that it has never felt mean. It's always on the right side. You've got a really good balance.
I don't
It's
know.
always a pleasure.
Darius said, "Damn, Lamau, the hell is that face?" Yeah.
Wow.
I think what Josh was basically saying there was harder, Daddy.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
need it any more brutal than Daria already does. You peek out a couple of times. You've never gone further than that. The Omega Zinger, bust them chops. Thanks, Bishop Blood. Such a stinker. My other one that I really, really enjoyed was the asking the Alderheart to be nice to people and help people. Help the humble folk. And then rolling a nat 20 on it, I'm like, she's going to stop doing this. She's going to have so many spells.
And the Alderheart just going, "Hey fam, we can."
You good, man. You good.
These motherfucking
We cool.
otherworldly
At
beings.
this rate,
these
Julio is going to be a better druid than Eric.
The irony.
And the
Well, you're good at burning shit.
yeah, Dan may recall what the thing that you saw was. Dan has Bennick has encountered one of those before. Bennick wasn't, I don't think, there when you did that, but Bennick has encountered one of those before.
Ooh.
Specifically, Jude has. But Bennick was there when Jude did it.
Intriguing. Just
In
Dan
the back,
frantically scanning
in the
the
back
memory
of the
bank.
slave wagon.
I am. What?
It was a
In the
minor.
plain file?
Yes, it was a minor life elemental.
Oh, I knew that. I thought you were talking about life elementals. I thought that's what it was.
It's motherfucking elementals and motherfucking.
This is a complicated tree.
It is a
Because we did
complicated
talk
tree.
about like shadow elementals, and we haven't really talked about life elementals yet.
Yeah, but there was a couple in the slave wagon on the plane of fire.
I
Josh,
don't even remember there was a
this a
couple. I
life
just
note?
focused on them.
It's
Yeah.
just a much bigger life node.
How do you think it got this big? This is something they've already
Yes.
established. Yeah. Yeah. Kesh did a ranger sensey lifey thingy. Sense all the things within a certain radius in the roots of the tree, and I was like, oh, okay, so there are this many this many this many this within a mile of you. Yeah, there is one massive elemental and a bunch of smaller ones, and she's like, the fuck. And
I
yeah,
should
some of
cast
them are
detect
like,
life in here
yeah,
and just get
The
flashback.
kind of thing
Blind.
where you cast detect life and you go
yeah, you go blind. Once you cast detect life, you go blind.
Flashbang.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're green, right? Sort of, yeah, greeny goldy is I don't recall exactly. And one Fey, yes, and one
Yeah.
Fey in
What even are
within
Fae? You're right.
Yeah.
well, they might
The
not have been
flamingos.
Yeah,
They were
flamingo.
certainly fabulous.
Cool. Daria, favorite self?
Favorite self? Well, I did like the plan. I genuinely think it's a good plan, and it's very in character for Julio to like try and find the weakness of the enemy. So and also just to find another reason to turn into a lady.
Dress up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never come
Is
between Julio and
that his
costumes.
thing?
yeah, that's his reoccurring thing. Yeah.
Yeah, hash browns and costumes, often boobs. In a world where people don't have hair, Julio has a wig. And in a world where women don't have breasts, Julio does. And no one tells him no.
She's the first
Just
drag
like
queen. Deal
weird.
with it.
Yeah.
In
Fair way to
fairness-
question it.
Slay
In
queen.
fairness, if they don't have breasts, then they don't have the knowledge to know that it's weird that he has them.
No, they think he's just got
Yeah.
cancer.
Oh, that's
Just a really abnormal amount.
And that's why
of
no
cancer.
one mentions it because it's weird.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
It's
you
a-
poor
it's a
guys.
cheeky success.
Poor woman, she can't have long to live.
No.
No wonder she looks so gaunt.
Favorite
yeah.
Hulu moment
Oh.
is being petty, being lied by Tavinish, and that was like the first intro that he gave to Bennick was like this lying.
Lies.
I
Liar,
liked
man.
us whispering like, like that was cute.
Yeah. Must have spoken to the flamingo. The flamingo was not within a mile. It's at the avium, as far as you know. All right, marvelous. Well, it's very late. We should stop. So,
My favorite DM moment was the penguin waiter.
penguin waiter. Yeah,
Yeah,
penguin waiter
just-
was
There was
funny.
a
Yeah.
Cute.
penguin waiter.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started describing it, and I was just trying to picture it. I'm like, okay, webbed feet. It waddles.
Broad,
Black and white.
broad, or like a paddle-like wings.
Yeah.
I actually had to Google whether or not penguins had feathers or fur because I had it in my head that they actually had fur, but no, they have
No,
feathers.
they're just very
Yeah.
tiny
Okay.
feathers.
Very small feathers.
I'm going to admit I was kind of confused by that because I thought you were describing a really stunted pelican.
He did say later it was a penguin waiter.
Yeah, I did say
Yeah.
penguin waiter afterwards. Yeah, but it might have been a different thing.
I
The maitre
didn't
d'.
get it, and I didn't get it until that point. I thought it was a weird duck.
Yeah.
I also
Well,
thought it was
in
a duck.
fairness, a
Weird
penguin
duck.
is a weird duck.
I'm recalling
true.
flamingo time and being like, what? That's an
Um,
elf.
I think all the time is swimming.
Yeah, I'm not always very good at describing these things. Also, I had to describe it in a manner that you guys could, like, that was consistent with their understanding of the world.
And also do a scene transition.
Bless you, Papa.
Dog sneezing.
Splendid.
I have a
liked-
favorite moment. Oh, Dan, of course, you go. I would never. I would
Yeah, we
never
wouldn't
step
want
on
to-
your moment.
Wow.
Speak
no one
over
would
it.
interrupt Dan.
How gracious
Not on his
of
birthday.
you. Yeah, on the
Never.
day, once a
Never
year,
at all.
multiple times a year. My favorite is the book. That it's a prank book. The big reveal. That it's a prank
I knew
book.
I shouldn't have let you go first, you motherfucker.
It was
Yeah.
my book.
Can
It's
we
your
have a
book.
spell that's just walking on soup?
Yeah.
Soup walking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very proud of that book. I was like, this one and this one, yeah. I enjoy.
Also,
But like they do actually have, they could be mildly useful. It's why it requires attunement because you basically have a bunch of one-use cantrip level spells once a day. That
Yeah,
could
cantrip
in
level.
very-
That's what I was told. And then we got to summon Mark.
Yeah, a whole
Yeah,
lot
but
of
Mark
personal
summoning
use.
is at
You don't know
least-
exactly how useful that is. Like, you have a vague idea of how useful that would be.
Yeah, but Mark summoning is at least a level 2 spell.
Yeah, but it's
Like, he's better than a familiar.
well,
Depends
I
on
would
the
argue.
Smith.
I would argue less sacrificial. Depends on your relationship with the mark in question.
Yeah.
Like the familiar would do what you tell it.
The mark has
I-
pesky free will.
You know, when that book was first introduced for very cheap with all these free castings of spells, I was very suspicious because I've known Josh a long time, and I've known Josh as long as he has been playing D&D, and on several occasions they have communicated their glee at joke shitty magic items and spells. So I wasn't at all surprised to see the nature of these spells, and I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop with the ring.
Yeah. Would have happened today, but you gave it to somebody else.
Oh, goody, I got that to look forward to.
Throw your mark and attunement item on, off he goes. Yeah. Find your own mercenary group led by Mark, named by Marks, only Marks. I remember
my
of only
favorite
Marks.
DM moment.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the moment before the session where you just like sent us these phrases to torment Cash with. Like, here you go. that
Please
was
say
fun.
this.
Yeah, please torment my wife.
Yeah.
My
Gladly.
favorite DM moment, saying casually, "Hey Josh, what should I know for Tavernish?" And about 5 minutes later, receiving 3 pages.
Yeah.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You inculcated it all very well. Yeah, it was a lot. I lore dumped on you quite hard. And,
To be fair, you
yeah.
did have 2 hours of session to read it all because we didn't fucking get to you.
Yeah,
But I was busy memeing.
It was. No. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
censored
that
about
I was just gonna
3.
say. Yeah, that was my favorite DM moment as well. Was the dream, and yeah, every DM worth their salt knows that a good dream is really good for pushing for the narrative and getting to traumatize your characters at the same time. And
I love it.
it would have been very easy for Josh to just say those hurtful things themselves, but to make us deliver them, because that hurt me because I saw that quote and I knew exactly who that was for.
I tried
and
to
I
be
was
nebulous about it, but I was pretty sure. I was like, it's hard to.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's hard
yeah,
to be.
I was like,
specific.
well, fuck.
I am curious who I represented.
Her army, like one of her soldiers.
NPC type shit.
Yeah.
Also,
Ah,
my
It's this
favorite
little boy called Mark.
little boy called my favorite me and Brendan moment.
His death
Us knowing
wasn't pretty.
exactly who Deep Fur is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we've been on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although I did see
Amazing.
somebody in chat expect it to be Arthur.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What a dramatic
mean-
moment.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made any fucking
Yeah.
sense if he was called Deep Fur.
Just to
That's-
throw,
No, but that's
throw
the
people off the
trial
scent.
good.
yeah.
Deep Fur was actually a young Jardine.
Honestly, as soon as she told us that her agent was called Deep Fur, I'm like, that's fucking.
Tavern.
cool.
Yeah.
Tavern.
We knew.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to be super sneaky about it, but I hope I got a few people.
Yeah, you got me.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Hey!
Good.
Me and my actual real life wisdom, which is lower than Bennett's.
Well, then lying down for 2 and a bit hours was worth it, right? Rhythm. God damn.
Bishop Blonde. I love how Tav is totally in the cult. Very tricksy. that
Bishop
one.
Blonde. I love that. I love that for him.
My favorite me was Mark. just being
Yes.
because didn't know when you were going to do that. Actually, hadn't really thought about it. I obviously had the chat roll for his race. Hadn't decided what he was going to be. I love this for me. Yeah, that's a 4. What turned out, Karen Wood was sitting next to me when I was writing down what the humble folk races were, so that I could determine what the role would be. Yeah, I've managed to have both a D5 and a D7 rolled in chat today. This has been cool. And bringing back in Chill Out Sequestry was also fun. Like some old lore. And bringing that back and making that relevant and determining a little bit more that it's actually a little bit more than just a day spa.
Has it been... Was that what the spell was supposed to do?
What?
Summon a mark?
Yeah.
Cool, because I internally winced and cringed at the moment because we said that as a goof. Right before
no.
we were like, here's a mark.
It was
and I was like,
always
did I
going to
just
do that.
spawn this in the universe? No, please.
No. You got most of them right on the first go. Like when you were joking around, summon skeleton. I have a list, and I will show it to anybody who asks. Of that is what it says in the notes of what it would do. They are
His
very
original-
literal.
Yeah. The original draft, he was supposed to be impersonating Markiplier.
Talk like Markiplier, please.
So, why?
All right.
Well,
I have been thoroughly.
I'm Mark. I'm a blacksmith.
Okay, so none of you know how he talks, okay? Y'all are not real gamers.
I have been thoroughly.
Hi,
flattered.
I'm
We've been
Markiplier, and
streaming-
tonight we're going to be playing.
Get us out of here!
It's so spooky, you guys.
Been
Please
streaming
subscribe.
for 4 hours. We're going to go away from here now. Phoenix Iwaki is streaming, so we will try and raid them if we can wrap it up quick. So let's do that. Guys, who the absolute heck are all of you? Let's go for a rapid fire buys. Brendan, who the heck are you?
I'm Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor director here in Perth, and I get tomorrow off. So,
Woo!
I am an octopus. I do octopus things.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm the mother of bunnies. You can follow me on Twitter and shit. And hopefully I'll be back in my separate square next time. Fingers crossed. Because this chair is genuinely really uncomfortable and my back hurts. Thanks for a great sesh, guys.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm Dan Demi Space Deer in the cyberspace. See me next week. Yay.
I'm Daria, I'm an artist, and I also will be here tomorrow, I guess. Yay.
Yay.
Please sound less enthused, Daria. You're too
Oh,
excited.
Oh no, you have to come play
Yay.
D&D tomorrow
You
night.
get to play with me.
Oh,
I will be
How
playing
fun.
how awful.
Be less
No, it's actually very
enthused.
fun. I'm very
This cute
excited.
puppy.
tomorrow. The baby.
It's amazing.
Cute.
And
After... Oh.
Madame and Monsieur, Dame Underheron, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corso's Cove, where I run D&D with me lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies, who's in my screen for this for a while. But you know that, because you've done it already, you've joined us, well done, keep doing it. We will be playing 5 games of D&D every week until Christmas. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be D&D. Tomorrow night we have more Candlekeep Mysteries run by the wonderful Dana, the lawwright herself. And then same deal Monday, Tuesday with Soteris, me, Daria, and someone else. I can't remember.
There's a spreadsheet.
There's a spreadsheet.
It's
I think it's Ro. No. Tomorrow is Terrace, Daria.
Rach.
Rach.
No.
No, not yet. Ro will be next week.
I don't think I ever played with Rachel.
Yep, Rachel Foucault, the
She's a
author of
blessing.
the amazing book, The Rings of Mars, which you can find on
Make
this
sure
very
you
the
lock
internet.
down-
Buy it.
Put,
Um,
yeah, for your safety, Daria, make sure you have your fridge
Yeah.
safely secured.
yeah.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
Rachel's whole
Also,
thing.
make sure you don't kill anyone who may possibly be perceived as a hostage.
Okay, that
because
sounded
not
salty,
even
but
that
alright.
bad.
No, not at all. Anyway, yeah, never go to any weddings with her. So we will, Karen, tell
fridge.
me about Ukraine.
Ukraine. They've been at war with Russia all year. It's really sucked for a lot of people. So if you have some spare pennies rattling around your digital wallet, there are 2 links in chat which you can donate to. The first one is just a straight up emergency appeal. This is an Australian-based one that you can donate to. The second is for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, where for a minimum £1 donation, you can get a 38-page Slavic-inspired D&D booklet full of lots of lovely things. We played the one-shot from it, which you can go watch over on our YouTube channel if you would like to try before you buy.
Adana, I am so excited for tomorrow night. Terrace, Daria, me, and Rach. You are so screwed, my friend. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too because I had a quick chat with Adana in messages last night.
Oh, yes?
And it ended with Adana saying, "Oh, you've just given me a brilliant idea."
Oh,
and I'm
good.
not quite sure what that was. So, good luck to you all.
Like the last time Terrace and I played in a campaign together with Ardana, Terrace and I wound up with a small army of kobolds because we both just convinced them to follow us. That's what happens when you put a sorcerer and a bard together to run a 2-person campaign.
Nice.
Pair of high charisma characters with charm person each. Yeah, boy.
Last time I played and they DM'd, I used a couch to kill people, so that was fun.
Excellent. All right, this is going to be fun.
Couch murder.
Couch murder. Never regret it. And we will go away from here now. We have Wooten Forge, which is a great place that you could go and acquire Christmas presents if you're wanting to. This is beautiful Australian Jarrah, handcrafted tabletop accessories. Wooten Forge. That. We're being raided. Windy J D&D. Thank you very much for the raid, guys. We're actually just about to raid out our own selves, but you can come with us as we raid Phoenixy Wacky. Thanks very much for the raid, though, you bloody champions. Vast mateys. Dutch Dungeons, thanks very much. Is that peanuts? Cool. Yum. I'm hungry now. Let's just have a quick shout out to Windy J D&D at Windy. Because they're bloody champions. Yeah, we are about to raid out, I'm afraid, Windy J D&D. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll go and raid Phoenixy Wacky. Are you okay? You're not dead?
Yeah, I'm just choking on my own throat a little. It's cool.
Breathed water wrong. So yeah, we will go and do that and see you back here, same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow night for some more Candlekeep mysteries, and next Thursday for more Humblewood, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as well next week. We're back a lot. Okay, so yeah, we say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.